team on offense. Well, you know the issues. Third downs have been atrocious. I'm not going to look it up. One of you folks can and let me know. I refuse to look it up. East Carolina is 6th in the country defensively, allowing just 30% on third downs. They are converting 28% on third downs. So I'm going to say they're in the top 10 or bottom 10, how you look at it. Third downs as far as deficiency goes, not converting those. However, it takes 4 to tango. The Pirates, 18 of 25 on the year on fourth downs. So we'll see if both of these teams, Mike Houston, you heard it a moment ago, Memphis went for it 8 times on fourth down last week. Could see a lot of that from both of these teams coming up today. Pirates 72% on fourth downs this year, doing a pretty good job of that. Jeff Charles caught up with the offensive coordinator of the Pirates, Donnie Kirkpatrick, and here's how that sounded.
A visit now with ECU offensive coordinator Donnie Kirkpatrick. And Coach, I know I ask you this each and every week, but let's evaluate the defense that your offense is going to go up against this week, the Memphis Tigers, and what do you see?
You know, we see another one of these 3 safeties, 5 DB type defenses that's kind of taking a little bit of the trend here now in our league. They obviously have their differences, but boy, they're tremendous at linebacker. This J.J. Russell's as good as anybody in the league, if not the best player. Big, long, rangy guys up front. Secondary runs really well. They're a very aggressive team. They've been a little bit like us. They've been a little bit streaky. They've kind of won their games in a row. Then they've kind of lost their games in a row. But the one thing that stands out is they have won the games at home. They do have one loss this year, but I think somebody told me they're 30-3 over their last 33 ball games. So impressive streak at home. And obviously we scheduled a game in Memphis, so we got to go take that on.
Yeah, another stat, they've won 17 games in a row in November at the Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium as well. Coach, your offense played great last week. I mean, you put 45 points on the board. There were a lot of heroes, weren't there?
Yeah, we really did a nice job, I thought, of spreading the ball around. We had a nice balance between the run game and the pass game. So, you know, that keeps a lot of guys happy in the locker room, gets a lot of guys practicing harder the next week. You know they get the promise if they'll go work hard and they do what they're supposed to do, they got a chance to play well.
When teams are playing well, usually the quarterback is playing well, and Holton Ahlers has been really terrific here the last few weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think Holton's playing as good as anybody in the league right now. You know, his numbers weren't really that gawky, I guess, with yardage, but then again, he didn't really play in the fourth quarter. So he had the one turnover, which really wasn't his fault. Guy ran the wrong route, so he threw it where the guy was supposed to be, and he wasn't there. So, you know, obviously that happens, but you got to throw the ball before the guy's there, so you can't wait to see that. But I just thought his decision-making the last couple of weeks has just been dead on. He's running the team so well. His accuracy of his throws has been the best I've seen out of him.
Keaton Mitchell's per carry average is insane. It's still 7.4 yards per carry, Coach, and that's number 1 in America. He has just had a terrific year, hasn't he?
Keaton's just been, just on, really. And he's battled a little bit of a turf toe there from time to time. We've tried to rest him. We've tried not to overplay him, but he's just been a big play almost every week. And, gosh, you think that if we got 3 more to go here, if we can just kind of keep rotating him and Raji in there and we keep that run game going, because we're best when we can run the football and then we can throw the ball when we want to throw the ball.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And you got McKay in the ball game last week, too.
Yeah, it was so good to get some of those guys that haven't got a chance. We just had so many close games, it seems like, where they've gone down to the wire. And in college football today, that just seems to be like the other team can always rally. But it was really good. It was really fun to see our other players pull so hard for those guys that hadn't got to play. That really makes the team a lot closer.
Coach, how about the Wounded Warriors up front, your offensive line? What kind of shape are they in for this week?
Well, you know what? We've patched them up, put some Band-Aids on them again, heavy tape. The trainer might be the MVP of the team this year because he's surely been overworked and all. But we're probably as healthy as we've been going into this one. Noah's back. Actually, he said last week felt the best he'd felt all year. So that's a positive trend right there. I was so proud of Avery Jones. He was so banged up, that ankle. He didn't practice very much last week, and it seemed when he practiced, it always seemed to hurt it a little bit more. So Shank tried to take care of him. He gutted it out. I couldn't tell after about the first couple of plays that he had been hurt at all.
That's amazing. You got some warriors up front of that offensive line. Coach, final question for you. What's it going to take to move the ball, score some points against this Memphis defense?
We're going to have to really try to keep that balance and get that run game going, and then hopefully that'll open up some seams for us to be able to throw the ball. Like I say, they're a diverse defense. They drop 8 a lot, but then they'll blitz you as well. So you're going to have to really get in there and have some balance. And, I think for us, when we play good up front, when we can handle their defensive line, then we usually have a good game.
That's ECU offensive coordinator Donnie Kirkpatrick.
Going over some other numbers on the UBE stat sheet, brought to you by University Book Exchange. Now's a great time to go get some Pirate gear. Shop online, pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection for ECU sportswear and accessories of Pirates for all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Today is literally a game day at UBE. East Carolina being led on the ground this year by Keaton Mitchell. Our caller Shirley in Farmville pointed out on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show last week. That was Shirley Rhodes, by the way. That Keaton Mitchell getting close to 1,000. We looked it up. 902 yards now on the year, 98 away from becoming the first 1,000-yard rusher for the Pirates since Vintavious Cooper. Rajay Harris on the year has just about half 1,000. He has 472 yards on the ground this year. The touchdowns have gone like this: 7 for Keaton, 3 for Rajay, 5 rushing touchdowns for Holt Nailers. He's added 14 passing touchdowns, a 2-to-1 TD to interception ratio with his 7 picks this year. But Holt Nailers has thrown for over 2,100 yards this season. Tyler Snead, no surprise, your leading receiver with 43 catches, 514 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. There is a surprise, and that's your leading touchdown receiver this year for East Carolina is not a receiver, but he sure looks like one. It's a tight end. Ryan Jones, his 2 scores last week, now bumps him up to 4. He is leading the team. Audio Matosha has 3 touchdowns for the Pirates this season. C.J. Johnson, just 1 touchdown. Showed some flashes last week. Had his best game yards-wise the previous week. So maybe he's getting going a little bit as we get late into the year and could have a big one today against that Memphis defense. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. When we return, we'll have our first live interview of the day. Billy Weaver is up and ready to roll. He'll be here with us after the game on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show. We'll get his pregame thoughts when we return on the Week 10 edition of the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. We are back with you after this.
Hey Pirates, this is Holt Nailers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to CleanEats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. ENS offers a variety of products to meet your needs: tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. ENS Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County Athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Come pop a top this ECU football season at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, let's start off with East Carolina. On the men's side, they picked up a win over Canisius, 83-71. Tristan Newton and Brandon Suggs both finished with 14 points in the game. However, I should say, on the women's side, they are still looking for their first win of the season as they dropped a game to High Point 60-50 last night. Tanaya Thompson finished with 28 points for East Carolina. In football last night, Cincinnati defeated South Florida 45-28 in top 25 basketball. It was Duke over Army 82-56. Kentucky beat Robert Morris 100-60. It was Ohio State over Niagara 84-74. Virginia beat Radford 73-52. It was Kansas over Tarleton 88-62. It was a huge showdown last night between number 2 UCLA and number 4 Villanova, and it lived up to the hype as UCLA beat Villanova 86-77 in overtime, and number 15 Auburn beat UL Monroe 93-65. That is a look at your Buck scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall, as your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in eastern North Carolina. Open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night, and now during football season, they have food trucks during the day. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for an updated schedule, and we will see you at the Buck. Now let's head back in to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here's your host, Clip Rod.
All right, Pirates 2-0. They got Western Carolina coming up Saturday, and then starting to get excited about ECU's watch-along here at Pirate Radio for ECU and Oklahoma coming up next Thursday. We'll be with you, myself. Chandler will get here with about 7 minutes left in the first half. And, man, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Pirates looking good last night. I am a Brandon Suggs guy.
I'm a Brady Johnson guy.
I know. And, he looks good.
How about Luigi with a 3?
How about East Carolina? I'm calling this a who needs Jody Jones or whoever's the stat guy now.
Oh.
Because I'm making my own stats up. This is last night was the first time ECU had 3 players 6'8" or taller hit a three-pointer.
Wow.
The stats to consider.
Now, I don't know if that's true, but it's got to be true, right? You got Luigi.
You got to consider it.
Brandon Johnson, and consider this, Vance Jackson. All 6'8" or taller hitting a 3 last night for the Pirates.
How consistent can we get that from Luigi DeBow, though?
Well, he's, 1 for 2 this year?
Oh, he's only attempted 2. I thought he might have attempted another. I remember the game Tuesday night that he, spotted up. And
yeah, he took one.
We were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
and way off. I think it hit the front iron, but
I bet he drills him at practice with nobody around. And
I mean, he didn't have anybody around him.
Yeah, I wonder if I guess he's got somewhat of a green light with Joe Dillon.
Why not?
All right, we'll do I got a basketball schedule segment planned.
Before we get to Billy, Canisius, guess who they play next Sunday?
I mean, there's a million.
St. Bonaventure.
Oh my goodness, they're doing the Clip Rock tour. The Bonnies. Give me the Bonnies minus 21.5. I don't know the line.
There you go.
Billy Weaver was at the game. Weaver's everywhere. He joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. You were the only one here that was at Minji, so maybe we should talk to you about the basketball game last night. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Yeah, it was a great game last night. The Pirates were very balanced offensively. Everybody got into the action, and yeah, I was kind of surprised when Luigi hit that. The place kind of went erupted a little bit there when Luigi hit that three. It was kind of fun, and it was nice to see the Pirates kind of like they did in football against Temple. They just they really were never in fear of losing that one. I mean, towards the end of the game, Canisius went on like a 15-1 run to cut it, I think, to like 14 or 12 or something like that. And that's about as close as it got down the stretch. But East Carolina looked pretty good last night.
Weave, there are some things that just tug at my sports heartstrings, and one of those is seeing players from the past. And this one kind of caught me out of the blue. I saw a tweet that was from the Sports Objective guys, and Gabriel Mikulus and I guess his daughter were there in Minji's and were there before the game and stuck around during the game. And you got a picture with Gabe Mikulus, and one of my all-time favorites, that era with him and Errol Bing. I was a student at the time, so it's kind of special to me. But to see him back in Minji's was awesome, and I've always wanted that for ECU basketball. With North Carolina, and I know folks hate them, but they have the Carolina family and all that, and it feels like such a fraternity, a brotherhood. We certainly lack that with ECU basketball. So just to see a guy from the past and one of the greats from the past at the game last night, smiling, that was really cool.
It was really cool. I was in the hospitality room over at the Murphy Center before the game, and big guy Matt Maloney came over to me, because there was a ton of people in there, and I had just gotten in there, and big guy comes over and he says, "Hey man, look who's over there sitting down, Gabriel Mikulus." And I looked over, and I was just like, I kind of lit up, man. It was awesome seeing him. So I went over and talked to him before the game, and didn't realize, I mean, time flies. It really does. I didn't realize Gabriel Mikulus is 40 years old now.
Yeah, we don't need to know how old these former players are, because it makes us feel really old.
Man, it did make me feel real old, but I mean, he doesn't look it at all. But I was talking to him and asking him how many years he spent in Europe, because he played all over Europe.
Yeah.
But he spent 16 seasons playing basketball in Europe, and I didn't realize. Of course, like you'd mentioned, that's his daughter there, and I asked her, I said, "Are you going to be a basketball player too?" She said, "No, I'm going to be a police officer."
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which I thought was really cool. But, we talked a little bit before the game, and, we talked about some of the other former players. He said one of the highlights that he had when he played over in Europe is that, he played against Moussa Badien.
Oh, man.
And he said one of the highlights was playing against Errol.
Yeah.
Thing was, he played against him, and he said that was really kind of neat. But it was nice that he was back at Minji's Coliseum, and he's back in North Carolina now, in Charlotte. So he said he's going to make sure that he gets over to ECU more for more basketball games. So
that's awesome.
It's going to be nice to see him around.
No doubt. You want to talk about leaving it on the floor, that team, those guys, man. And it was not always pretty. They'd go on the road and lose by 20 or whatever, but anytime they were in Minji's, they had a chance to win. And I bet he's still good, Weave, because to be honest, I mean, he had an old man game when he played. He would he would kind of outthink you. He had some good moves and good feet and all that, but he wasn't above the rim dunking or anything. He was hitting free throws. He was hitting mid-range. He was making post moves. He had the old man game back then, so I bet he's still pretty awesome on the court.
Oh yeah, there's no way I'd play that guy in a pickup basketball game. He's still. I mean, he's got the great build to him. He's what 6'6", 6'7"
ish. Yeah, probably in a program they'd put him at like 6'8", but yeah.
Yeah. He's probably listed at 6'8", but yeah. I mean, I'm sure he could still play. And Stephen Branch was there too. And Branch, man, that guy, he looks like a tight end in the NFL. He still looks in tremendous shape. So yeah, it was nice to see those guys, and it was nice to see ECU basketball kind of. Either the first game that we saw against South Carolina State, they had their ups and downs. They did win that game, but they had some issues in that game. Last night they looked much more polished last night than they did in the opener.
Billy Weaver joining us. Let's talk some Pirate football. East Carolina looking for win number 6. We know what that would mean for this team, for this program. Now they got to go out and get it done. And can that be today, Weave? How do you like their chances against these Memphis Tigers?
I like their chances because of the way they're playing going into this game. They're you know what? I was thinking about this last night. This East Carolina team is starting. We talk about this all the time. Is that you have to learn how to win, and you have to learn how to win different ways. And East Carolina has been able to here lately learn how to win, and they've won in different ways. If you think about it, going back to the Charleston Southern game, they won ugly. You got to know how to win ugly. You got to know how to win from behind. They did that against Marshall, and you got to win games that you're supposed to win. And we saw that against Temple, and they won convincingly. So this team, there's still more to learn, obviously. Now the objective is learning how to win when there's something on the line, and that's today. Obviously, on the line is the bowl bid. East Carolina's goal going into the season was to win 6 games, get back to a bowl game for the first time since 2014, and they had that opportunity today. So this is the next step in their learning process and learning how to win. But it's not going to be easy. I mean, we all know, Memphis is one of those teams. They're kind of a up and down team. You never know what you're going to get from them. I mean, they're coming off a win against SMU, which is very impressive, but they lost to the same team that East Carolina steamrolled at home by over 40 points. So you never know what you're going to get with this Memphis team. But this team, Memphis, is also in the same boat with East Carolina. The winner of this game becomes bowl eligible, so it's a big game for both teams. So it's going to be interesting to see if East Carolina can take that next step in the win process.
Billy, the old phrase, we love to use cliches in the biz, and one of those is defense travels. And anytime you got a defense that's playing well, you feel like you have a chance to win any given week, especially when you take that defense on the road. East Carolina, here's what they've allowed to Memphis the last 2 meetings, Billy. 70 in 2017, 59 in 2018. How shocked would you be if Memphis is anywhere close to those numbers today with the way ECU's been playing defense?
Yeah, I would be absolutely shocked because the defense has been so much better for East Carolina, and it's been, pretty much the big reason for their success lately, especially over the last 4 or 5 games. East Carolina's defense has played great, especially in the secondary, with Jaquan McMillan and those guys, and that back end, Fleming and those guys. They've played really, really good. East Carolina's defense has given up some yardage in the run game, but defensively in the secondary, which is always seems to be, I'm going back years and years, that East Carolina's secondary has never been tremendous. It's always been kind of a weak spot for East Carolina's defense. I mean, East Carolina's secondary from time to time over the years would have good years or good spots or whatever, but I think this is the best the secondary's looked at on the defense for East Carolina in years. So that's a big plus. I would be shocked if Memphis was able to roll up big numbers like that. I don't think it's going to be a big number game. I think the over-under for this game is only about 59 or 60 points, which I say only, but in college football.
No, yeah, I agree. That's a little lower. Yeah, I hear you.
That's not a ton of points these days in college football. So I think Memphis is looking at it, if they can get into the 30s, that they've got a great chance of winning against this defense. And I think that's where it needs to be for East Carolina. I think for East Carolina to win, I think they need to hold Memphis to under 30 points. And I think that's that magic number for the Tigers to get over 30 to try and win.
Billy Weaver will be with us after the game on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show. And if the Pirates could get this win today, I tell you what, we're going to be having a lot of fun coming up at around 3:30 this afternoon.
Well, I tell you what, you know why it's going to be so much fun? Because of what you just said. At around 3:30 this afternoon.
Well, that's fun for us. So we get we actually get to go home. It might be light. No, it's still not going to be light outside. We'll never get one of those. No. But
it's almost getting dark at 4:30.
Right.
It's crazy. It is what it is. But no, yeah, I mean, I'm much more willing to stay, in a 3, 4, even 5 hour post game show as long as they're winning and people are hyped about it. But I mean, it's going to be a great post game show if East Carolina can get to that 6th win, because it's a long drought, man, from 2014 to now, and not going to a bowl game, and then still having so much to play for ahead of today. If East Carolina can get a victory, I think there'll be a lot of excited fans, and I'm really, really pulling for East Carolina to play well today and come out with a victory, because like we had said last week, and I think we said it a couple of times, is that this is a huge game for the fact that you don't want that 6th win hanging on a trip to Navy.
Yeah,
just doesn't feel good. I don't like that feeling at all. Let's get this thing out of the way today, go to Navy and play well, and hopefully get a nice long winning streak with 7 wins under your belt going into that final game against a very, very tough Cincinnati team.
Weave, good stuff. Thanks for joining us today, man. We'll see you here in a few hours.
Yes, sir. It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Billy Weaver wrapping up hour number 1 with us here on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We will take a timeout. Hour 2 of the hardest part's over. We got through hour 1. Here's a stat to consider. Basketball related.
The stats to consider.
Had no idea East Carolina had played Duke so many times in basketball in Coach K's tenure. Mike Krzyzewski's most wins without a loss against an opponent is East Carolina, 12-0. Who knew? I don't know why I would bring that up right now. We just had a great chat with Weave, feeling good, and I give you a crappy stat like that. Sorry.
But our fans are great. He loves our fans.
Well, the East Carolina fans they're amazing.
I see them down there at Ocean Isle.
Oh God. Troy. Now Troy's tweeting about Coach K.
Oh God.
Coach K is a big fan of ECU. I even asked him about it one time, and he raves about the Pirate Nation. And he said maybe this is why he loves us so much, because he's beaten us 12 times. Anyway, Coach K on his farewell tour. Take a timeout, come back, have more for you on the Bud Light pregame tailgate after this. Doesn't an amazing date night with amazing food sound great? Mark your calendars and make reservations today for Familia's wine tasting and small plates on Monday, November 15th. Tickets are only $40 and includes a special 5-course meal with wine pairings. Register now at FamiliaNC.com or call 689-6330. Kick back, eat, and enjoy yourself with a special date night at Familia on Monday, November 15th. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout, not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Carlton Venters or Brandon Manning at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back in to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, hour two of the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Clip Brock, Shirley Rose, Chandler Honeycutt here with you. Coming up an hour from now, we'll go live to Memphis and check in with Stephen Igo from Hoist the Colors. We'll also go live out to the Liberty Bowl and visit with the voice Jeff Charles coming up in hour number 3. And plenty more interviews and more on the program, including a chat right now with Double B, Brian Bailey, who joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. BB, how you doing this morning?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. What you got going on today, Bailey? You got a wedding to attend, is that right?
Yes, it's a family matter. I'd much rather be in Memphis and much rather be at a football game. I love my family.
Yeah, way to throw that in at the end. That was good. I love my family.
Melissa gave me the highbrow. Looks at me like, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I guess if you had to choose, maybe a trip to Annapolis is better than Memphis, Bailey. I don't know.
I don't know. No, I'd rather go to Memphis.
Okay.
But you get a chance to get some rendezvous ribs, and Memphis is such a cool place. We've had so many trips there in the bowl games through the years and everything. So, but I hope the Pirates can come through. Coach Houston was giving me heck about it the other day. We shot some stuff for the show, and he was like, all the dedicated Pirates will be on the trip, right?
Oh,
like, yes, sir. We'll all be there.
Bailey, I talked to Rick Smith yesterday, brought up some Memphis memories, but also some Liberty Bowl memories, and he said that game against Arkansas was the coldest he's ever been. He said he had as many layers as he could get issued to him from the team equipment guy. And I thought about you. Isn't that the day you about froze to death?
Oh, yeah. I'll never forget. I'm standing there, and I looked over at Terry Holland, and I swear I thought he was frozen. I don't think he had to thaw out before he could move. And I remember trying to do my stand-ups near the end, and the fat in my jaws was frozen up, and I couldn't get anything to move. That's how cold it was. It was crazy cold.
The frozen jaw fat will get you every time, Double B.
Yeah, especially for me.
Bailey, how about this football team, man? We have not had a game with stakes in the month of November, this late in the season, in a long, long time. And first of all, win or lose this afternoon, that's a great feeling to be this, be this into it this late in the season. So you got that. Now you need to go out there and win and get that 6th win, because if you don't, the pressure is just going to mount and be even bigger next week against Navy. And then if you don't get it there, you got to beat Cincinnati. So why not take advantage of it today and beat Memphis? But you're going to have to beat a good team. You're going to have to beat a team that plays really good at home, which Memphis has done this year.
And I knew that Memphis played really well at home. I didn't realize the stat. What was it, 30-3?
In their last 33 home games. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Because you think about it, when you play, a schedule like in the American, you're going to have some tough home games, and no matter how good you are, you're going to have some games that'll be very difficult at home. And to be 30-3, that's really impressive. And I think that's the big stat that works against East Carolina today. But the Pirates just have to go in there and execute like they can. And I think they've shown they can play with anybody on their schedule if they execute. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. Can they go there, execute defensively, execute offensively, especially, and pull out a win?
A confident team is a dangerous team, right, Bailey? And how confident is this defense right now, playing together for Blake Harrell, for Mike Houston, and playing for one another? They just seem like they are, firing on all cylinders right now, and they probably believe they can beat anybody at this point.
I think they do, and we talked to Blake Harrell a couple of weeks ago, and he kind of said that these guys, that's how they play it, at practice. They fly around and have a good time at practice, and that's what's showing up in the games. And that's what coaches, a lot of things that coaches say, it's coach speak, but I really believe that, that especially a team like East Carolina, if they practice well, they will play well. And I think defensively right now, that's what we're seeing. I mean, as Blake said, they get after it in practice, and they're competitive, and they're having fun, smiling. And that's what we're seeing on defense right now.
Bailey, important 3 games for Holton Ahlers here to, he wants to leave a legacy behind. And, for many, he already has with just his play coming up through the ranks here in Eastern North Carolina. But his East Carolina legacy, he has not shied away from saying he wants 6 wins. He wants to go to a bowl. He wants to come to East Carolina and do something great, and getting them back to postseason play would certainly fit the bill there. So, the run game has been fantastic with Rajay and Keaton, and they've been trading off 100-yard games. But, for the Pirates to win today, they're going to need Holton Ahlers to play well, and he has played well these last couple of games when the Pirates have been victorious.
Yeah, and I describe it as the offense is the little girl with the curl, because when they're good, they're really good. But the problem is when they're not executing, and it only takes one. I mean, like the offensive line, if one person breaks down, Coach Ruff had that saying about we're not 5 pennies, we're 1 nickel. We got to be together. And again, it's a little coach speak, but still, that's what we're seeing on this offense. It seems like that. One guy will run a different, wrong route, or Holton will overthrow somebody and he's not executing, and that's what we see that when they struggle. But if they get it all cranked up together, I like to see Tyler Snead have a big day. I mean, I think, you think back to his last couple of years, and every once in a while he'll pop up and he'll just be running free in the secondary all day long. I think teams are starting to take that away, or have been taking that away most of the season. But maybe he'll break through, and Memphis may go a different route defensively, and that would open him up.
Bailey, you go to the girl with the curl line quite a bit, and I've always wanted to ask you, what the heck is that?
The little girl with the curl is a saying, I don't know where I got it from. It's got to be from a coach. But the little girl with the curl she gets her hair all curled up and she's all pretty and dainty and everything, and she's really, really good. But when she's bad, the curl comes out and she's really a bad girl, like a spoiled brat.
Okay.
With the curl.
The girl with the curl.
Little girl with the curl. Has anybody here in Edenton ever heard that saying before? The little girl with the curl.
Bailey, ask the wedding party today if they know what you're talking about.
Melissa says she's heard me say it.
Yeah, you're the only person I've ever heard say it. I think you came up with it, Bailey. I think it's yours.
I think I'm going to go on Wikipedia and put that as my saying.
If that bride's got a curl today, beware, groom. That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
Watch out.
Little girl with the curl.
Bailey, what were the, I guess we're going to have to talk to Will Bland Wednesday at 3 o'clock. We're trying to keep the mojo going as J.H. Rose a winner in round 2 last night. What else, what were the other headlines last night on Touchdown Friday?
Well, you look at it, and it's just that time of year when you'll get some surprises. I was surprised at some of the high scores in the games. I mean, I just kind of went through the games, looking at the scores and everything, because I was gone last night as well. But, New Bern losing was kind of a surprise to me. And just some of the just big scores, like 69-49 was, I think, that score with New Bern. I mean, that's unheard of. The Bears have played pretty well most of the year. But we've got a handful of teams still alive, and that'll take us into the next round.
Looking forward to it. Great time of the year, and Joe Dooley's Pirates are 2-0. Brian Bailey, they got Western Carolina Sunday, and you go 3-0. Be a little excitement for Thursday when they take on the Oklahoma Sooners.
Yeah, I think that'd be great, and I think Joe deserves it. I mean, he works really, really hard, and to keep a smile on your face when like last year was so bizarre with COVID and everything, and I looked last night. As I said, I was out of town at some of the wedding stuff here, and I looked at my phone. The first score I saw, I was like, "Wow, what's going on in Minji's Coliseum? Holy moly!" So that's good. That's good for Joe. Good outing for the Pirates.
Bailey, appreciate you joining us, man. Have a good time today, and you'll get back to work coming up. We'll hear from you Monday on the Brian Bailey Show. Have a fantastic time at the wedding, BB.
Sounds good. Let's root those Pirates on. Let's get that 6 wins so we can all make our bowl plan.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Like a plan. There's Brian Bailey joining us today on the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, kicking off hour number 2 of our show. We'll take a time out, come back, have more for you when we return. We'll talk a little Pirate Hoop, see what else is going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, look at some games coming up. Later on, we'll set you up for your Saturday when we return on the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Back with you after this.
Why do I run? Is it because I'm driven? Because I love the challenge? God, no. I do it for the beer. If you're the kind of runner who does it for the beer, this summer you can get one on us with the Michelob Ultra Beer Run. Grab your run buddies and get out there, because this summer there's beer at the finish line. Sign up at ultrabeerrun.com and trade your miles for beer.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey-Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
I'm on site at the Gavigan Agency, and you guys have been taking care of my home and auto insurance for years, but I've been noticing that's not all you do.
First and foremost, Brian, thank you for trusting us to help you and your family with your insurance needs. And you're exactly right. We offer a full host of insurance products to help protect our customers' personal and business insurance needs. Let me introduce you to Nathan Brannon, our commercial insurance specialist, and he can tell you about some of the other products we offer.
Great to talk with you, Brian. As John mentioned, I specialize in offering general liability, commercial property, business auto, and workers' compensation insurance to independent contractors, small business owners, and larger commercial customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. As a graduate of East Carolina University, I am passionate about taking care of my fellow pirates.
Wow, sounds like the Gavigan Agency can provide you just about any coverage a business owner might need. So give the Gavigan Agency a call today for any of your personal or business insurance needs and let them show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, there's a ton of football games that'll be taking place at noon along with East Carolina and Memphis. Alabama will be hosting New Mexico State. Number 6, Michigan, will be on the road at Penn State. Top 25 matchup, number 8, Oklahoma is on the road at number 13, Baylor. Mississippi State is at number 17, Auburn. Wisconsin will host Northwestern. UConn is on the road at Clemson. Syracuse is at Louisville. UCF is on the road at SMU. And Temple will host Houston. All of those games have noon kickoffs. And that is a look at your Buck scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall. It's your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. The Buck is open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And during football season, they have food trucks during the day. You can follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for updated schedules. We'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
The Buck.
The Buck.
Oh, come on, sleepyhead. You're up, you're here.
The Buck.
There we go.
Put some damn work in today.
Put some umph in it.
I'm enjoying CD's Grill.
About to choke on that sandwich, yelling out "Da Buck." CD's Grill with some great.
You got the sausage one, didn't you?
It is so good.
Yeah.
The link sausage is the play.
I'm gonna have to try the link sausage because I did the bacon.
You haven't had it yet?
No, I had the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh man,
amateur hour.
And this on toast. Oh.
All right.
He's still waking up.
Hey, I am too. Not a morning guy.
I don't know how you guys are dragging because
I feel great. You guys, good for you. You came in like, I kind of miss Grumpy Shirley. I got to be honest. I don't like this like chipper Shirley so early.
Grumpy Shirley is at 9 p.m.
Yeah, that's true. See, and I'm like doing pretty well.
Yeah,
during
you
post-game.
do. Yeah, see, you do well at like late night stuff. Yeah. I'm not. I'm still conditioned after all these years to get up early.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll tell you what though, this CD's Grill is really helping me out.
Good, Chandler.
Just waking you up there, bud.
Yeah.
All right. He's getting there.
Like I said, not a morning guy. I am a Brandon Suggs guy.
Oh, yeah.
14 points last night for Brandon Suggs, and also 14 for Tristan Newton. Tristan was stuffing the stat sheet last night. 7 rebounds and 6 assists in the Pirates' victory. Tremont Robinson-White is an absolute menace
defensively
on the defensive side of the ball. He had 12 points. He had 4 rebounds. He had 6 assists. How about this stat line? 1 block. We saw him have a couple blocks the other night, Chandler, in game 1. but 3 steals for Tremont last night. And do you remember Antoine Jackson, when he was here with us, said he doesn't look that athletic. He kind of insulted him there, but he is, and said that the amount of tip balls that he has was just frustrates you, knocking it out of bounds, not letting the pass get through cleanly. It helps. It helps in a big way. Doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but the coaches are big fans of the way Tremont plays defense, and that does show up in the box score. Brandon Johnson, man, another good game for him. The young fella had 11.7 rebounds. He's had 7 fouls through 2 games. He's going to be a guy that racks up fouls because he goes so hard every single play.
You were telling me at the game the other night, I bet that his teammates really hate him in practice.
He's the guy that goes 100% in practice that everybody has to say,
man, slow down,
relax,
dude.
man. We're just going through this drill right here. I bet he goes 100 every single time. How about got a little Frankie last night?
Frank?
A little Frank show.
What did he do?
11.7 rebounds.
I mean, I think you got one more because I think I saw where there was 5 Pirates in double figures. That's awesome.
And the other was we talked about them all. Suggs, Newton, Tremont, Brandon Johnson, Frankie. Vance Jackson, 9 points, 3 rebounds for him as he was 2 of 6 from behind the arc. I still think I'm okay with him not exploding because that game's coming. Like that, his 22-point game is like it's coming up sometime. So
there's going to be a Vance Jackson game. It's just a matter of if you're going to be there or watching it. Show up.
Well, I'll either be there or watching it. I can promise you that. I can promise you. What if it's Thursday night when Chandler and I are here on the watch along?
I'm so excited.
What time is that watch along?
Period.
I think they play at 7.
Okay.
Why? You here?
I'm thinking I might show up.
Oh, you don't have
Our
Bunko?
show ends at 6.
No, I don't have Bunko. It's only once a month, and it's usually on Tuesdays.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm thinking about it for sure.
For sure.
A little bit.
Any.
We're gonna we'll have some giveaways. We'll have some a lot of fun watching the Pirates play Oklahoma coming up next week in Myrtle Beach. Will they be the only Pirate team going to Myrtle Beach? Maybe the football team will be going there for a bowl game. That'd be pretty nice. So that's a look at basketball. A great game coming up late night tonight. If you are tired of football, which at this point you got to watch every game you can because folks, don't want to talk about it, but we're getting close to the end of the season. But tonight in hoops, Gonzaga and Texas. That'll be a good one tonight, late night, to wrap up a football Saturday. Chandler, big win for the Hornets last night as well.
Yes.
The return of Kemba Walker to Charlotte. And
he started off hot.
Charlotte does what they do. Go
on runs.
Late in the game. They are a good second-half team. They've showed it this year. And got a nice windmill dunk from Miles Bridges.
In exchange with Obi Toppin because Obi Toppin had one.
And that place was rocking, man. Go check out those highlights. The Hive was alive last night. It was fun to see.
Oh, man. And Eric Collins, I heard him say, missed opportunity! And then Obi Toppin slams it. And then Miles Bridges goes to the other end and does it. And he says, take that!
Yeah.
He also said that the Knicks have fallen apart like a $3 suitcase last night.
Oh, wow.
Is that a thing? $3 suitcases?
It's a Eric Collins saying.
Okay.
So there's a possibility.
All right. There's a basketball update for you as East Carolina 2-0 to start the season. And looking for more coming up Sunday when they take on Western Carolina. We'll take a timeout, come back. We'll get back to the football when we return. Evan Barnes writes for the Memphis Commercial Appeal, and we will hear what he had to say about these Memphis Tigers. How does a team beat SMU and Mississippi State and lose to Temple? It's been a wild year in college football. it's been an up and down year for the Tigers themselves. We'll hear what Evan Barnes has to say when we return on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We're back with you after this.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers. Football is back! Just how you remembered it. Tailgates with an ice-cold Pepsi in hand? Totally back. That between-play sprint to the fridge for more Pepsi is back, baby! I really miss this. Anyways, consider this your official excuse for always putting football watching first, courtesy of Pepsi. That haircut appointment? Your mom told us you look great, so you should probably reschedule. Seeing the in-laws for the first time in ages.
It's been so long.
Nope, sorry, Susan. Not if it's on Sunday. Long story short, after the year we've all had, we think you could use a little football watching. So crack open a Pepsi and cheer your football watching face off. With love, Pepsi. Made for football watching. That's what I like.
Hi, this is Billy Parker at Parker's Barbecue. Did you know that we have party rooms at our Memorial Drive location? We can accommodate parties from 10 to 110, or anything in between. We can serve family-style buffet or order off the menu. Parker's Barbecue. Come celebrate with us.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Holiday time is precious. Save time and fly local at flypgv.com. Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book now at flypgv.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 50,000 followers today. Now let's head back into the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Here's Clip Rock.
Alrighty, it is the 5-4 ECU Pirates versus the 5-4 Memphis Tigers today at noon at the Liberty Bowl. And how did these teams get here? East Carolina started out the year with a loss to Appalachian State, and then followed that up with a frustrating loss, 20-17 to South Carolina. They had that come-from-behind victory against Marshall, the disappointing victory over Charleston Southern, and then the blowout win over Tulane. After back-to-back narrow defeats on the road to UCF and Houston, the Pirates have won 2 in a row with wins over South Florida and Temple. So the Pirates have gone 2 losses, 3 wins. 2 losses, 2 wins. the trend would say they win today at Memphis. Memphis started their season 3-0. That included wins over Nicholls State, Arkansas State, and Mississippi State. They then lost 3 in a row. UTSA, who was top 25, at Temple, who's not a good team, and at Tulsa. Since then, they've gone win, loss, win. Navy, UCF, SMU. The trend for them says they lose today, and then probably beat ranked Houston next week. So both of these teams sitting at 5-4 right now. The Pirates 3-2 in conference play. Memphis just 2-3. We took a closer look at the Memphis Tigers with Evan Barnes from the Memphis Commercial Appeal this week on Pirate Radio Live. Wanted to get to know some of the personnel and also what's going on with this roller coaster season. And here's part of that conversation. And Evan, I got to ask, we just saw Temple at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium last week. Pirates with their first and only blowout of the year thus far as they win at 45-3. So how does a team like Memphis, beat Mississippi State, beat SMU like they did a week ago, and lose that game to Temple? They also lose on the road at Tulsa. I've been describing Memphis as a little schizophrenic, Evan. So you've been watching them up close and personal. How do you describe this Memphis football team?
If I had to use one word, it would probably be just one word. I'd say inconsistent, it seems like.
Yeah.
Because, again, when the year started, people expected this team to probably be, 7-5, 8-4. And when you have a freshman quarterback, there's going to be ups and downs with that. But some of the other issues that this team has had has been the defense has struggled at times. The kicking game has been just absolutely awful. And all those things have plagued Memphis a little bit. And now it seems like they've kind of turned it around with beating SMU. But, again, I think ECU beating Temple has made people look up a little bit and realize that, hey, Saturday is not going to be an easy game. But this team, it's been a strange season, starting from the quarterback battle, basically ending because of an injury. And now here we are in November where Memphis can get to be bowl eligible for an 8th straight year. So it's been a weird year, but here we are.
And one thing, Evan, about Memphis, they're good at home. I think the stat went back to 2017, but whatever it is, the last 33 home games, Memphis 30-3 overall. So they have took care of business there at the Liberty Bowl. That's where they'll have the Pirates coming up this week. So whatever it is, they've been a lot better, it seems like, at home than they have on the road, Evan.
Definitely. The Liberty Bowl has been a great place for Memphis since 2017. Obviously, UTSA ended their home winning streak, but they found a way to just kind of turn up their level of play at home, and SMU found that out where they just didn't come ready to play, and Memphis just kind of punched them in the mouth. So I think the home advantage has been great for them, and it's really kind of helped, a team where you have, an all-freshman backfield, a team that's had to play a lot of freshmen due to injuries and stuff. It's really kind of helped them get comfortable, and so I think that's what makes it just such a tough place to play. And when the crowd's going and when they're feeling it, it makes it even harder.
Evan, any chance of a look ahead? I mean, you got two teams right now going for win number 6 to get to a bowl game, so that carrot is on the end of the stick for these teams. But how about maybe looking ahead to Houston, a ranked opponent next week? Any worry of that from Memphis folks as they head into this East Carolina game?
Not at all, because I think that with the way this team has struggled, they have losses to Temple and Tulsa. I don't think anyone is looking past anybody just because if they had done that for Tulsa or Temple, they got punched in the mouth and realized, hey, they can't do that. They did it for UTSA. They got humbled really quickly. So I don't think anyone's looking ahead to Houston because, to be perfectly honest, Memphis has not been great on the road this year. And so I think this game has a lot of importance because, one, you win this game, you're bowl eligible, which kind of gives you something to look forward to. And so I think that's kind of what is driving some of the conversation here is that, hey, they want to get to another bowl game, and the best chance you can do that is take care of business on Saturday. So I don't think Houston's in anyone's mind right now.
Evan, let's talk about some of the weapons on offense. Memphis has a ton of guys playing running back in the NFL, including for my Washington football team and Antonio Gibson, who actually was a receiver there at Memphis. So we know about the history of the Memphis running backs. How about this, the backfield this year? And also, I'm hearing a ton about Calvin Austin at wide receiver, who's just put up some monster numbers this year. 65 catches. He is 11 yards short of 1,000, 8 touchdowns for Austin this year. So how about the main weapons we'll see for the Tigers on Saturday?
Well, you started off. I mean, Calvin Austin is going to be the one to watch. I mean, he's been carrying the offense in terms of just being a great downfield threat. He's improved as a pass catcher, and so he will definitely be the one player that ECU, I'm sure, is targeting and making sure that he does not have a big day. And then you also have to count for tight end Sean Dykes, who's been here now since 2016. He's been a factor since 2017, and he's still been reliable, great hand, can stretch the field, moves very well, even though he's a tight end. So he's obviously someone who's going to spread this offense a little bit. And the running backs, I mean, it's been a very interesting year for the running backs because when the year started, Brandon Thomas was getting a lot of attention, redshirt freshman running back, but he's kind of, struggled a little bit. And so now we're going to see if he's going to play on Saturday because he missed last week's game against SMU. So we're not sure what his status is. It's a game time decision. So Memphis could probably throw out Rodriguez Clark, who has been reliable since 2020 when he was the number one running back. They could see a few other guys in there step up. But I would say the keys for this offense, besides quarterback Satang, going to be Austin, Dykes, and if Brandon Thomas plays, he definitely gives some punch. But I would say Austin and Dykes right now, and Javon Ivory, I should add, who's been a strong number 2 receiver. I think those are the 3 guys you definitely have to watch for on this offense right now.
Evan, before we let you go, how about the Tigers' defense? The Pirates have had 100-yard rushers in back-to-back games, and they've been to 2 different running backs. East Carolina goes with a 1A, 1B set at running back with Rajay Harris and Keaton Mitchell. So, the Pirates want to come out, run the football to set up the pass. Will they be able to do that against this Memphis defense? How about that D-line from the Tigers?
Well, it's going to be interesting because Memphis one of their strengths has been being able to stop the run a little bit better, but the last time they faced, a team that was run heavy was UCF, and UCF was able to run around on them. Same thing with Tulsa, too. Tulsa was able to run the ball very well. Now, Navy was a little bit different because this is obviously not the same Navy teams that we're used to seeing, so Memphis was able to kind of slow them down a little bit. But I'll be curious to see how Memphis can handle a team that, again, likes to run, likes to obviously, do as you said, establish that. I want to see what Memphis can do because their secondary was much better against SMU, and if that can hold, then I think they'll be in good shape. But again, I really want to see how they handle a team with, I thought it was just one star running back in Keaton Mitchell, but it sounds like there's 2. So that'll be really key to see how they handle that front because really they haven't been that physical up front in most of these games until recently. And I think this presents a good test, so we'll see how that goes.
And that was Evan Barnes, the beat writer, and covers the Memphis Tigers on Memphis and what the team looks like and what their season has transpired so far. Coming up next, we're going to talk to John Young, the excellent punter for East Carolina. Jeff Charles had a chance to talk to him earlier this week, so we'll play that interview for you coming up after this timeout. You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate right here on Pirate Radio.
Other food delivery apps charge surprise fees, but Domino's is giving away $50 million worth of surprise frees, like free pizza, lava cakes, or cheesy bread when you order delivery online. And we found some unique ways to get the word out. Like screaming it! We even called Paul Revere.
Free lava cakes are coming!
Order delivery online and you could get a surprise free from Domino's. No purchase necessary. Open U.S. residents 13 and up through 11/21/21. Odds of winning are 1 in 14. See rules at surprisefrees.domino's.com for free entry, blackout dates, restrictions, and details.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Fleet Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping.
When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. Shop online at westparkmotorcompany.com right now to get started. Looking to sell your vehicle? Call West Park for a free appraisal. West Park is willing to pay more for your car or truck than the next dealer. West Park Motor Company, with locations in Greenville and Washington, and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates! At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59. Only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, offense coordinator for ECU football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, let's take a look at some of the games that will be going on a little bit later on in the afternoon that we'll have scores for you in the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter. Number 24, Utah is at Arizona. Western Kentucky is at Rice. Coastal Carolina will host Georgia State. All of those are 2 o'clock kickoffs. Appalachian State will host South Alabama at 2:30. It'll be number 1 Georgia at Tennessee at 3:30. Number 4 Ohio State takes on number 19 Purdue at 3:30. It'll be number 20 Iowa hosting Minnesota at 3:30 as well. And number 23 UTSA will host Southern Miss. And that is a look at your Buccaneer scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall. It's your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates, open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night and food trucks during the day during football season. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for an updated schedule, and we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Da Buck.
Da Buck. Da Buck.
Thank you.
You need to wash that sausage biscuit down there.
Yeah.
One of the heroes for the Pirates in 2021 has been John Young. He has been great on the year. He has averaged 42 yards a punt. He has 11 punts, 50-plus yards, as long as 59. These are some interesting numbers on the UB stat sheet. Just 2 touchbacks for John Young and 19 punts inside the 20.
That's crazy.
That's a great stat. I mean, good job by the Pirate special teams crew, and a good job by Young not letting that ball get into the end zone.
And also his hang time has been great on his punts, allowing the punt team to get down and cover those long punts from John Young.
More importantly, Chandler, really the most important part of
Don't call
football
a spade a spade.
is the it took me, it's still kind of early, it took me a while to get that one.
Or spade a slade.
Long snapping. And our long snapper, of course, is
Slade Roy.
You don't know that? No.
That was the first I've heard of his name.
Slade Roy sounds like a character on like Deadwood, or maybe even like
Outer Banks.
Wait, who do you think did this? It was probably Slade Roy.
It was definitely Slade Roy.
So how has the snapping been this year, Chandler?
It's been great, especially coming from a freshman snapper. It looks like it's getting back there really quick. Obviously, it's getting back there on target, too. You want to put it on that right hip. And like I said, a freshman doing that is just outstanding. We saw that with Anthony Ratliff a few years ago, a 4-year starter for ECU, who was just automatic his all 4 years here at ECU. So we might see that with Slade Roy. And being there at 2 of the games this year with South Florida and then last week at Temple, watching him on the sideline too. He's not just sitting there on the sideline. He's getting his practice in, making sure he's staying warmed up, and so Slade Roy's doing a really good job. And that's very important with speed on your snaps too, to get it back to the punter so he can get it off before guys can get back there to block it. So keep it up, Slade Roy.
Love to hear Chandler break down the long snapping position with a critical eye. And shout out to Slade Roy. Let's hear from John Young. He met with the media earlier this week. Here's the Pirate punter.
Well, John, you've been here a long time. I guess this is the most wins you've had at ECU. So what does it mean to have a chance to go to a bowl game? I know you guys are focused on 1-0, that stuff, but to have a chance to play meaningful football this late in the season, how much does that mean?
It means a lot, and I think the whole team is excited about it. Not just the seniors, but you're right, it definitely means a lot to the seniors and the old guys to be in chance to participate in the bowl game.
What about some of the young guys that are kind of trying to help play a little bit for you guys and that know about that, but have not experienced that yet? Do you feel a sense of those guys recognizing that the older guys, have laid a lot of this foundation for what's happening right now?
Yeah, especially Rajay, he gathered the team around, kind of let all the young guys know, like, hey, this is serious. This is something for the seniors, and we all need to, contribute and, get this next win for the seniors.
Has that been the talk amongst the team? What's everybody kind of communicating as you head into this week a little bit?
Everybody's really focused on just this week and getting this next win, and our goal has been 1-0 every single week, and that's still a goal, going throughout this week and next week after that.
Memphis has one of the more dynamic guys in Calvin Austin as a returner. What challenges that pose as a punter to go into a game like that?
I enjoy it because I get to test out, see where I stand versus returners. It kind of reminds me of the Houston game, that Houston had a good returner and we shut down their return game, so I'm looking to do that again against Memphis.
Does the 11 a.m. start make any difference to you a little early?
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, we don't get to pick, so.
Can you tell us a little bit about the live Cougar in the car?
I'm a big fan of Talladega Nights, and I watched that movie just last week. I've always enjoyed it. Me and my dad have always had a lot of laughs with that movie. It's just kind of my mentality going into the game.
What is there stuff that you do leading up to before kickoff, because you're one of the first guys I see out there? What are you going through? Because you've been pinning people, and you pinned them again this past week on one of them that stopped inside the 5, I think. Mm-hmm. Take us through kind of what you're looking at.
That early, I want to say the warm-up before the warm-up, we go out there, and normally you see a lot of specialists going out there and kicking a ton. Because I've been playing for so long in this, going out there for all these warm-ups, I don't want to kill my leg. So my main goal in that pre-warm-up for the warm-ups, I go out there and, find out how the wind is going, and, I'll throw some high balls to our snapper Slade, just throw some high ones from the 50 just to see how it affects the spiral going through the wind, how I need to see how it will cut through the wind, which way's better, going left or right, and then just going out there and doing it during warm-ups.
How's it been working with Owen?
It's been great. definitely, I feel like I'm kind of his caddy. If he feels a little off, he'll ask me for, hey, what's this look like? Like, what am I doing here? And I think we have a pretty good relationship.
So, are you guys taking in the wind? Doing this sort of thing?
Yeah, I definitely I did do that this past weekend. I licked my finger and tested out kind of as a joke. I've seen a lot of people, hunters, that punt, they'll take the little spray and see how it's affecting the spray, and that's something I want to do. I might do that.
You throw a little grass in the air?
Yeah, I kind of make fun of people that do that. I think it's kind of funny because it's like it's a piece of grass. It's different from the ball, But, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever seen Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story? If you like John C. Reilly, check that out.
I'll have to. What's it called again?
Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Okay. I'll definitely do that.
It is. If you like music and
absolutely.
It's kind of a spoof and a parody of early rock and roll and going through the years with the Beatles and going into the 70s, 80s, etc. It is hilarious.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
I'll do it on Friday night before after all of our meetings and stuff.
It is worth a watch.
before you throw grass up in the air.
Yes.
All right. Getting some movie recommendations from Alan Vick to wrap up the interviews now. I've actually watched that movie, and it was pretty funny. Let's now hear from East Carolina linebacker Taylor Jackson. He met with the media for the first time this year, really the first chance we've had to hear from Taylor, and let's hear what he had to say this week.
Talk about what you guys have to do defensively against a team like them.
We just got to keep practicing hard. It always goes down to practice. Practice. That's how I can really say, just practice. If we practice good, we'll be right.
How much do you know about them thus far, in terms of this team here?
We know they have a good team, very good team, good quarterback, good running back, good receivers, good O-line, big, physical, so we just got to match.
Is it the success you've had at practice these last few weeks that you think has elevated your guys' game the way that it has?
Oh, yes, sir. Practice. I mean, we just big emphasis on preparation. If we practice good, we play good.
How much confidence defensively are you guys playing with right now? I mean, y'all basically have only allowed 3 points, I think, the last 6 quarters of football. How much confidence are you guys playing with?
Well, the whole team is playing with great confidence, not just the defense. It's a team thing. So, I mean, the team is playing great.
You feel that building, though, with each week? It seems like you are getting better as the season goes along.
Yeah, I feel as though confidence is growing. I feel as though everybody's playing their role, doing it good. Everybody's playing fast, so, yeah.
I asked the coach about this. Memphis is a team that has had great success at home. You guys have gone into some other venues and played pretty well. Talk about the approach on the road as opposed to as a home game, when you go into a place like that.
We go into a place like that, we just know we got to do the little things right. Everything matters. Just take care of the ball. Force turnovers. Got to get the offense a good field position. So, yeah.
It's 11 a.m. local kickoff there. Do you look forward to a morning kickoff, or is that kind of weird?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't really change anything, honestly. I know Coach Houston told us just make sure we get rest this week leading up into the game, so we'll be ready and focused.
They went forward a bunch on 4th down this week, and defensively, what are you looking for on 4th down?
On the 4th down, I know a lot of times we were looking at the film, it was 4th and short, so I know we just got to be ready to stop the run.
We had a big stop on that a couple weeks ago. I think it was Tulane.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I mean, something that could change the game this week, 4th down.
Yeah, yes, sir. It would give our offense great field position after a big stop.
2 sudden changes you guys had to deal with this week, and I believe it was 2 3-and-outs. Might have let up one first.
It was only one 3-point. It was a field goal.
Exactly but y'all got a 3-and-out on that too, and they were already in field goal range. How does that build y'all's confidence, knowing no matter what adversity you guys face, you're up for the challenge?
I want to say it's a great job Coach Houston and Coach Herbs did this week. Last week in the practice, we did a lot of sudden change. So in practice, it's just practice.
You've faced a number of different kinds of teams now. It seems like you guys are able to adjust and take your scheme into various venues. And talk about the comfort level on this defense as you get better and you get more used to each other as the season goes on.
I want to say the comfort level is very high. I want to say everybody's just playing with high confidence, playing fast. No thinking. There's no thinking at all. We're just playing fast and flying around, having fun.
How well have you guys gelled, from the start of the season, game one, all of a sudden to now, where you guys have been playing exceptionally well on defense? Talk about that chemistry, especially in front.
Yeah, I really say the chemistry comes from just like this summer, just like being around each other all day, every day. Last year, unfortunately, it was COVID, so we really didn't have time to really bond. I feel as though the team is really bond this year.
What would it mean as a younger guy to help bring a sixth win to some of the older guys on the team that have been looking for that?
My roommate nights before the game is Bruce Bevins, so we always talk about just like how much it means to him. So I'm always gonna lay it all out on the line for him, for the guys.
All right, great to hear from Taylor Jackson. That defense playing fantastic this year. So many names that will rotate in and out of a game. The Pirates have really done a great job, Mike Houston and the staff, developing depth on that defensive side of the ball. It has paid off for East Carolina in 2021. All right, we are halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. When we return, hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live, Stephen Igo will take our first trip out live to the Liberty Bowl and talk to Stephen, get his thoughts on this matchup. We'll hear from ECU defensive coordinator Blake Harrell. We'll go back out live to Memphis and talk to the voice of Jeff Charles. All that and more on the way in hour 3 of the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. We will be back with you after these words.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or sleeping issues? Eastern Healthcare has a solution for you. Eastern Healthcare is the premier CBD store with retailer quality products to help with any ailment you might have. They carry nationally recognized brands such as Curative's Delta 8, CBD Distillery, and Charlotte's Web with a wide variety of delivery systems.
This is Adam from Eastern Healthcare. Come visit our store at 2245 Stantonburg Road across from Vidant Hospital or call 227-4199. Eastern Healthcare. Wellness starts here.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Kyle Gaines from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Not only will you feature a great selection of pre-owned inventory for sale, but we'll also buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one from us. Drive a little, save a lot. Give us a call and make a short trip to Washington and let us buy your vehicle today. It is totally worth it. We also service all makes and models at our state-of-the-art service department. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington, and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
It's Bostic Sugg Furniture's 84th anniversary. Since 1937, Bostic Sugg has built a legacy based on quality furniture, value, and exceptional customer service. Get anniversary savings up to 15% off store-wide, plus 6 months special financing on brands like Lazy Boy, Kincaid, Rowe, Bassett, and more. Plus, for a limited time, get local delivery for only $19.37. Wake up to a whole new you and enjoy 72 months special financing on a new Serta or Restonic mattress now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities. Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. Go to YouTube and search for Pirate Radio TV and subscribe today. Watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. and the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate in the U.S. Cellular Fifth Quarter on game days. Just go to YouTube, search Pirate Radio TV, and click on the subscribe button. Now let's head back into the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, it is game day. It is game day. It is 10:01 Eastern time. It is excitement time. It is 9:01 Central time. We will visit with Stephen Igo coming up in about 15 minutes. As he just hopped in an Uber to head to the stadium. So we'll let him get to the Liberty Bowl before we get our first report live there in Memphis. But right now, we will hear from ECU defensive coordinator Blake Harrell. And how about that Pirate defense? A stat I've been throwing out all week. East Carolina 6th in the nation on third downs, getting off the field on third down. So I have to stay on the field today because Memphis likes to go for it on fourth down. But the Pirates are giving up 24 points per game. That is a fantastic number that was helped out a lot by their efforts last week. They've given up, 17 points in 2 weeks in the last two games combined. That is amazing. 144 yards on the ground. Opponents are getting 247 through the air for a total of 392. Those are the defensive numbers for East Carolina as they head into this important game with the Memphis Tigers. Jeff Charles, the voice, talked to the defensive coordinator of the Pirates, Blake Harrell, and here's how it sounded.
A visit now with ECU defensive coordinator Blake Harrell. And, Coach, let's talk about this quarterback at Memphis, Seth Hannigan. He has been very impressive as a true freshman, hasn't he?
Yeah, no doubt. Put up some really, really impressive numbers. Takes care of the football, gets to his playmakers, has a bunch of yards on the season and a bunch of touchdowns. It's done a nice job. You wouldn't know he's a freshman if you just watched the tape. He does a good job running the offense. It's not like they limit him, just say, hey, here's what your offense is. You see him checking things. So really impressive in the RPO game. With this run-pass option, it might be the stretch play, but he's got the glance routes out wide. So we got to make sure we're on it and take care of the run, take care of the pass, and got our hands full with him.
Yeah, we've not seen Memphis around here for 3 years. The Pirates have not played them, and of course now Ryan Silverfield is the head coach, and the Pirates have never played against him either. So, Blake, as you take a look at his offensive philosophy, what do they like to do?
Yeah, of course he's an O-line guy, so they're very good up front. But I would best describe them as a tempo team, similar to SMU maybe last year. They're going to be down the field on you. They get a first down. They're going to hurt to the line of scrimmage. They have a solid run game. I think they're averaging 130, 150 yards there on the ground, over 300 in the air. So I think the run game is going to certainly set it up. Got some bigger tailbacks. They got all those guys that plays on Sundays. That's played there. So they got a tradition at running back. And they got some playmakers at wide out with Calvin Alston. The tight end, Dykes, is really good. So just got some playmakers they like to get the ball to, and they do a really good job doing that.
Yeah, let's talk about those two receivers because a lot of folks are talking about them this year. Calvin Alston, is he maybe the premier receiver in this league?
Possibly. He's got over 1,000 yards, and the numbers certainly prove it that way. And he's got speed. You let him out in space, and it's not just what he does before he catches the ball with his route running and down the field, but after he catches the ball too, he makes people miss and has the ability to take it to the house every time he touches it. So he's really special.
And so is Dykes. Dykes is a tight end, but he's very involved in their passing game, isn't he?
No doubt. I compare him to SMU's tight end last year. I think it was a fourth-round pick and by the Colts, and has several catches on Sundays right now. But very talented young man. Puts his hand out on the ground, split out wide, can run vertical and run past people. I think he's 6'2", 225. Just a complete football player.
Blake, let's talk about your defense. So close last week to getting that shutout, and I know the guys really wanted it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and that's just part of it. You got to play really, really well for 4 quarters and make sure you finish the game and go at it. But, I think we're taking that in and moving forward with Memphis and just ready to go this week and make sure we play one play at a time. Certainly a game like that will help build confidence, but we got to, focus on Memphis, play one play at a time, and then as soon as that play is over, focus on the next play.
I wanted to ask you about two stats, and we've not seen these stats around here in a long time with the Pirate defense, only giving up 24 points per game going into this game with Memphis. When you see that, what do you think?
Well, if we can hold Memphis below 24 points, I'd be pretty excited about it. But, you don't really worry about stats much as, coaches, players. You just focus on the next one and focus on, what today holds. And that meeting, that practice, and that preparation to get you ready for Saturday to go play your best football.
Tell you what, though, your defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field on third down. Opponents are only converting 30% of the time.
Our guys take a lot of pride in that. Just the money down, the third down, and just, you got to win the first and second down to get them in a third down situation that's favorable to the defense. If you're playing a lot of third and shorts, it's probably favorable to the offense. But so we want to make sure we do a great job on first and second down. But on third down, we emphasize that each and every week. And what can we do? Maybe a little tweak, a little bit different to give the offense a different look, so they're not prepared for what we have. And then our kids doing a really great job with extra effort, plays, and just playing hard on third down to get us off the field.
So, Coach, give us a couple of keys in this one. This Memphis offense is high-powered. They always make their living with their offense there. Tell us what it's going to take to slow them down.
Yeah, we first of all got to stop the run. I think I say that each and every week. Limit the explosives. You see when they get that offense really rolling, they're giving up, big chunks of yards and rolling down the field. And if we can do those two things and then get after, a young quarterback and get off the field. I think last week they were 5 of 8 on fourth down, so that's a huge key for us there. Just not only the third down piece that we talked about, but the fourth down. And get the ball back to our offense. So if we can do those things, I think we'll give ourselves a chance to be successful.
That's ECU defensive coordinator Blake Harrell.
All right, Blake Harrell there with the voice Jeff Charles, and again, East Carolina looking at the numbers nationally, 6th in the country on third down defense. Some other numbers that go the Pirates' way defensively. 12th in the country in turnovers gained with 18, but the Pirates are 1-to-1 turnover ratio because they are 120th in the nation in turnovers lost with 18. Again, the third down defense stat is great. Third down offense, there are 130 FBS teams. East Carolina 128th in the country, third down offense, 27%. So, do you think ECU's ever converted a third down in practice against this defense? I'm going to say no. Because we have
0%.
One of the best third down defenses in the country and literally one of the worst. There's only 3 teams worse than East Carolina on third downs in the country playing football.
But I tell you what, it makes up for it on fourth down. Watching them go for it on 4th and 15 last week and getting that was just crazy, and it kind of is a summary of how the Pirates have done on fourth down this year offensively.
I'll tell you what, Bo.
I'll tell you what.
They are 11th in the country at 72% converting fourth downs this year. We'll see how many they go for today. Jaquan McMillan on the UB stat sheet is first in passes defended, third in interceptions, fourth in interceptions per game. Keaton Mitchell is the top runner in the nation at yards per carry. 17th in rushing yards, 19th in rushing yards per game. And how about Tegan Wilk, 14th in the nation in forced fumbles.
Mags Jr.
Little Mags is out there flying around. Congratulations to Mags. UNLV won a game.
Oh, did you send him the text?
No, I didn't
You got to send him a text?
I didn't send him the text because it was the first week I wasn't paying attention to their game.
Oh, no.
So basically that's what it is. In order for UNLV to win, you just have to not pay attention.
I guess
it was your fault.
Yeah, pretty much. So congrats to Mags. We'll get him on the show again in the offseason. He is coaching the secondary there in Vegas. So good for him. All right, Shirley, let's take a time out. When we return, we will visit with Stephen Igo. We'll see if he's out of the Uber and on to the Liberty Bowl. Liberty Bowl Stadium. Pirates, Tigers. We'll get his thoughts on it when we return on the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Hour 3 rolls on after this.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers' family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers in Greenville and now open in Winterville.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
Sawyer's Fun Park is the place to be this holiday season. You know the kids already love it, but now the adults can have fun too. Visit the brand new expanded patio at Sawyer's Fun Park. On Wednesdays, it's karaoke. Thursday is open mic night, and Friday and Saturday evenings always feature live music. Let the kids have a blast hanging out at Sawyer's Fun Park, and now you can have as much fun too. And remember, it's never too early to buy gift cards. Sawyer's Fun Park, fun for kids of all ages, including adults. Sawyer's Fun Park on Corey Road in Winterville.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Pirate Radio.
You know, I think this is a pretty blue-collar, tough, hard-nosed fan base, and that's the way our teams are going to be.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. Listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, games kicking off later on this afternoon. Number 1, Georgia is at Tennessee. Number 4, Ohio State will host Purdue at 3:30. As well as number 20, Iowa hosting Minnesota at 3:30. Southern Miss is at number 23, UTSA at 3:30 as well. And Miami will take on Florida State in their rivalry game at 3:30. Georgia Tech hosts Boston College. Duke is at Virginia Tech. Michigan State will host Maryland at 4 o'clock. And then it'll be number 11, Texas A&M, taking on number 15, Ole Miss. That game will kick off at 7 o'clock tonight. That's a look at your Buck scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall. It's your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in eastern North Carolina. They are open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And during football season, they have food trucks during the day. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for updated schedules. And we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hour 3 of the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate rolling on, and a nice win last night for the East Carolina basketball team. 83-71 on the Buccaneers scoreboard. What are you saying to me, Chandler? I can't quite make it out. The Buck. 83-71. Pirates a winner by 12. They were in control of that game. Canisius made it closer in the second half once the result kind of was out of hand.
What was their nickname? The Golden Griffins?
The Golden Griffins. And Stephen Igo, Hoist the Colors, joins us. Igo.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, we don't have Igo just yet.
Oh.
He's
I was
finishing his ribs.
No. When I was talking to him, he said he was actually on his way up to the press box. He just needed a couple of minutes to get up there. So,
my God, this guy. All right, fine. Tell you what, let's play the hit, Shirley, because Chandler didn't hear this yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And some others didn't. East Carolina on the verge of becoming bowl eligible. Troy D on Monday was on Pirate Radio Live telling everybody to relax,
get excited.
Don't talk about a bowl game.
You should be talking about it.
Wait, you're talking about Wednesday, Troy D.
Yes.
I'm Monday, Troy D, and you need to relax.
Relax.
I'm telling you that we've been waiting for so long for this to happen that we should be talking about it, and we should be excited about it.
I just ended up very confused. Let's hear Troy D argue with Troy D about how we should handle being one win away from bowl eligibility.
But I'll say this, man. Kind of like I've said this earlier in the year. Sunday I had friends calling me and contacting me. Which bowl do you think we're going to? Let's make our plans now. I'm like, first of all, here's my thing. Calm down, everybody. Take a deep breath. Geez, after a 7-year drought, that's something to be proud of around here.
It is.
I would think you'd want to embrace it and talk about it, right? There's a lot of football yet to be played. Let's take it one game at a time and evaluate it at the end of the season. It is a big deal because it hasn't happened in so long here that it would be, and we're on the verge of it happening. It wasn't like this is the first press conference of the year. We're at the week where this could happen this week. It could happen Saturday. Now, I want us to be at a bowl, but I think let's just slow down, calm down, and let's just get one more win. First of all, everybody within this fan base and everybody that's a Pirate supporter so hungry for success and wanting to at least get bowl eligible this year. I want to be even keel. Yes. I would think you'd want to embrace it and talk about it, right? Calm down. This could happen this week, but I got to tap the brakes a little bit. And you know me, usually I'm the one that's going nuts. Take a deep breath. I feel I've been consistent this year.
Very consistent. Troy D
sounded insane talking to himself.
He's looking in the mirror saying,
relax.
You relax.
No, you relax.
He has talked himself into a frenzy.
That is great stuff.
It is.
Great job.
It is. And that was not like before the season and this week. That was 2 days apart. That was Monday and Wednesday.
I've been pretty consistent. I love how that ends.
Yeah, I thought that was a great way to wrap it up. Now I feel like
It's like, calm down. I am calm. No, you're not. Yes, I am.
I feel like I've been pretty consistent. All right, let's go out to the Fixed NC Live line and visit with Stephen Igo live from Memphis as he joins us. Igo, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, guys. Doing good. Just got to the Liberty Bowl, chilly morning, some winds, but good day for football.
Igo, where does Liberty Bowl Stadium rank amongst the places you've attended?
So this is my first time covering a game here.
Okay.
I went here in 2008 when ECU played Kentucky as a fan, and that was another cold day. Not as cold as the Arkansas game that the rest of my family went to the following year, but yeah, I mean it's a pretty awesome venue. It's a unique looking stadium, the way it's shaped. I've always enjoyed it. I've always thought they had a good atmosphere watching games on TV. Probably won't be the greatest crowd today. 11 a.m. local start. It's cold. It's late in the season. Memphis basketball has started, but I think it's easily one of the better venues in the American, right up there with Daddy Pickens Stadium. And I'm sure once it's full, like when they're playing Ole Miss or Mississippi State at home, it's that much better of an atmosphere.
Yeah, and they probably do get some good crowds for those games, but I can't imagine that it's rocking and rolling every week. So how do you explain the 30-3 in the last 33 games? I mean, is that more about sleeping in their own beds and teams having to travel more so than maybe a rowdy crowd there at the Liberty Bowl?
I just think it's, the comfort of playing at home. It can be, since Memphis is right on the river, it can be pretty windy here. You also have a turf field, so that plays to their advantage. They've always been good offensively, and usually if you're good offensively, you can run well on a turf field. And I just think they're comfortable here, and they've been good. I mean, they've been really good for the past 5-6 years, especially. They're a little down this year, but I just think it's a combination of they're comfortable at home, they play well here, maybe some of the factors that come into playing here, obviously playing their favorite too. So I think it's a combination of things.
All right, let's break out an old favorite. Let's break out the Edge. You used to do it each and every week until you got tired of saying the opponent had the edge. You should bring it back now that ECU is competitive and better in areas than some of these teams. So let's do it today. Most importantly, for ECU's offense, how about the fronts and the running game? Will the Pirates be able to run the football on Memphis today? Because if they can do that, they certainly have a chance to go in there and win. Who has the edge in the trenches in the run game department?
If I had to call it like I did back in the day, and I know you're a big fan of this.
Don't say it.
I would say the even, because if you look at Memphis, the games they have won, they have stopped the run. The games they have lost, they have struggled. There was a span, I think, of 5 games in a row where they gave up 150 yards or more on the ground, and they struggled during that stretch. Last week against SMU, they were really good against the run, and they played really well defensively, which is why they won the game. But they've been very up and down, and I do think ECU has the potential to come in here and run the football. I mean, you're getting to that point now where Mike Houston wants to be such a physical, hard-nosed football team, be able to run the ball, all that sort of stuff, play defense. Well, this is the time of year that should shine theoretically. But you look on Memphis's end, they've won 17 games in a row in November.
Wow.
As a program. So you got some streaks going on both sides there. But I just think you look at the battle in the trenches, and I really do think it's pretty even. Having looked at some of their defensive line numbers from Pro Football Focus, they don't blow you away, but they're solid up front. They got good linebacker play. J.J. Russell's a really good linebacker, but they are gettable, if that makes any sense. So this is one of those where that could very well determine the outcome of the game, and I don't really know which way it's going to go.
I expect, and I think the Pirate fans should have realistic expectations today going into this game. Memphis is going to score. This is not going to be a Temple or even a South Florida situation. Memphis will score in the 20s, and they usually score into the 30s. Now, East Carolina's defense, and we were going over these numbers, Stephen. Memphis scored 70 in 2017, 59 in 2018. If they score that many today, we're going to be upset, rightfully so. But, what's a reasonable number for this defense today as far as points allowed? And, who has the advantage when Memphis is throwing and when Memphis is running?
So Memphis, they're one of the top passing attacks in the nation. So I think they automatically have an advantage there. But the good thing is for ECU, your strength defensively is pass defense. Now, I say that with a bit of an asterisk because Jaquan McMillan, we don't know what his exact status is today. I was out of practice Wednesday. He was not practicing. The hope was he'd be able to go this weekend, but I doubt he's going to be 100%. So that kind of concerns me a little bit. You're facing one of the best receivers in the league, one of the best passing games in the league. If he's able to go, I like this matchup because I feel like Memphis is just okay running the ball. They're really good passing the ball, and I think that kind of plays to ECU's strengths. ECU struggles more against a downhill, consistent, high-execution running attack rather than a passing attack right now. The corners of ECU are playing as good as anybody in the league. And the other thing I noticed looking at some of the Pro Football Focus numbers was their freshman quarterback, Hennigan, very good against the blitz, not so good against coverage. So it'll be interesting to see if ECU continues its aggressive nature today or if they back off and throw some coverage at him because he's grading out elite versus the blitz. He's able to get the ball in playmakers' hands, whereas the opposite is happening. His grade is very average when he's going against coverage.
Interesting. And you heard Mike Houston say this week that East Carolina is about as diverse as it gets in college football with the coverages and looks they show. And, man, how far along this team has come defensively, Stephen, year 2 of Blake Harrell, but in many ways, year 1 with his the first year he could have an off season with the team. And, you know, we've had defenses in the past, Stephen, and you can recall them where the players even said after the year that they were trying to do too much. It sounds like, and I don't know, maybe I'm overcomplicating things, but it sounds like this defense is doing a lot, and these players have a really strong handle on what Blake Harrell is asking them to do, and they're going out and executing.
Well, yeah, I think it's kind of what Mike Houston envisioned when he brought in their defensive coordinator. I know that he met with then DC Bob Trott, and they said, hey, we need to do something different, and we can't just line up and play and rush 4 and drop 7 in this league and compete. So, so for whatever reason, Trott seemed unwilling or did not have that in his background, so they went out and they looked at the Coastal Carolina defense coordinator, Staggs, who's doing a heck of a job, and Blake Harrell. Those were probably the top 2 candidates. Hill got the job, and just the evolution of the defense, the blitzes, the different looks, the stunts, the coverages. I mean, it's been fun to watch, and they're still incredibly young, which is the I guess the good thing for ECU, the scary thing for opponents. I mean, you're pretty much playing with all freshmen and sophomores almost across the board outside of linebackers. So they're going to be good for a while if they can keep this thing together.
Stephen Igo joining us. Hoist the Colors, a busy place right about now with all the sports going on, and Pirate basketball off to a 2-0 start. I know you were traveling, but were able to catch a little bit of it last night, Stephen. That was a nice win, and the final score was 12. Pirates did cover, if you're interested, and it was a lot more lopsided than that than the score showed, but good win coming off a bit of a shaky performance in the opener, and you just hope, and Joe Dooley hopes, that they can keep getting better game in, game out.
Yeah, I mean, I watched, I had a layover in Charlotte for about an hour, and I watched the last 15 minutes of the first half, and, man, they just looked crisp offensively, and they were hustling defensively, blocking shots. I mean, again, it's Canisius. Like, we have to keep that in mind, and I don't think it's a great opponent, but just the level that they were moving the ball, driving to the basket, kicking out, hitting threes, multiple guys hitting 3, like you said, 3 guys, over 6'8" hitting threes in a single game.
That's got to be an ECU record, right?
Oh, 100%. I don't even think there's been 2.
Yeah.
So that was quite a sight to see. But no, I'm just glad that they're hitting some shots. I think I still worry about them rebounding and playing defense in the American, but I think for the first time in a while, Joe Dooley's going to have some offensive pieces, and they're going to be able to score some points and hit some shots. And it's just been painful to watch the last few years, and they haven't been able to make anything.
No doubt, and they'll be back on the court coming up Sunday against the Catamounts of Western Carolina, the Tony Castleberry Invitational. Igo, thanks for joining us. Enjoyed the game today, and hopefully you'll be able to tune in to a celebratory fifth quarter call-in show while you, I don't know, what are your plans for the evening after the game? You going out?
See, I have a 5 a.m. flight out of tomorrow. So my hope is the game to go by somewhat quick, ECU to get a 6th win, write a celebratory post-game article, and then hit Rendezvous for some ribs, and then hit Bill Street for a little bit. But I'm hoping to turn in by 8 o'clock.
You got a lot of stuff to get in if you're going to get to bed by 8, so good luck.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but that's the hope.
All right, thanks, buddy. Enjoy it, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you guys.
Stephen Igo, Hoist the Colors, live from a rocking Liberty Bowl. Igo sounded like me. I mean, he just woke up. I'm still.
The thing is Igo usually sounds like that all the time.
That might as well be the most excited Igo's ever sounded because he's pretty consistent with his tone.
He's.
I think he's pretty consistent.
Yeah, very consistent.
I tell you what's consistent. Every time I look at you, your face is full of CD's sandwich.
Okay, so how many is that? Is that your third?
You have both.
Your second?
Well, you have both cheeks. You like a chipmunk. You have both cheeks full. Why are you taking such big bites there, buddy? Slow down.
Otherwise,
you're chewing the same bite.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to take over the video portion of this because the break won't be long enough for you.
Stop! You're still chewing. How much did you eat? Why do you? My dad used to say, like at the dinner table, your food ain't gonna run away, son. Relax.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I used to tell that when I used to have dinner at my best friend's house, she would hover over her plate to eat, and I'm like, "Are you just afraid your food's gonna run away from you?"
You never know what could happen. You know.
Apparently.
All right, let's take a time out.
I got 3 more.
Oh, he's good. He's ingested his food.
I got 3 more to tie the record for wet times last week.
Is that what you're going for today?
No. That's my second and last one. That's all I can. I don't know how he ate 5 of those things.
Yeah.
I don't either, because I ate 2 and I'm pretty full. So.
Well, his innards are different than the rest of ours.
He's like Frankenstein. I mean, he's had so many body parts. In terms of inner organs, I think he's been more rearranged than anybody else I know.
All right, let's get a break in because we got to visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. He joins us on the other side as we'll go back out live to the Liberty Bowl when we return on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Back with you after this.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak and our seafood delight pasta. The Rick House is open for lunch daily from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Take a break from your workday with lunch at the Rick House. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week. Plus, the Buck has live music every night, along with football. The Buck has a brand new 15-foot 4K screen, the only one in Greenville, and over 18 big screens with all your college and pro action. Sunday Fun Day will also be stocked with the biggest Bloody Mary and Mimosa bar, along with the NFL Sunday Ticket and food trucks out back. Check out the Buccaneer Music Hall. Open every day, noon until 2 a.m., with live music every night, and now football and food trucks during the day. BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders. Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you. Morning edition of the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate as we are rolling along in hour number 3. We just went out to Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. We'll do it again now. Bless me. With the voice of the Pirates, Jeff Charles, as he joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Clip. It's probably a little bit warmer in the Pirate Radio studio than it is at the Liberty Bowl right now. David Horn, our engineer, producer, and I always get to the stadium 4 hours before kickoff time, and it was 34 degrees when we walked out of the hotel today, and it's not a whole lot warmer right now, so it's going to be a cold one. The good news is no rain. It's a bright blue, sunshiny day. You look out your window, you'd think it was a nice, warm summer day, but you step outside, it's in the 30s still.
Yeah, cold one today in Memphis between the Pirates and the Memphis Tigers. Both teams 5-4. Both teams looking for that 6th win when they take the field at noon, 11 a.m. local time there in Memphis. Jeff, let's talk about some injuries on the Orthopedics East Injury Report, brought to you by Orthopedics East, offering a variety of services that will get you back in the game. For experienced and professional medical care, visit Orthopedics East on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville, online, orthoeast.com. Jeff, Jaquan McMillan banged up in the last game for the Pirates. What, if anything, do you know about his status for today?
Well, I've been told he's going to play, Cliff, but he did not practice all week. He never got on the practice field. They kept him in treatment just to get him patched up and ready to go for today. But the last word I heard was that he is going to play. Now, it's not really a good situation with some other guys, and as you mentioned, Jaquan, of course, he plays in the secondary, and the Pirates are going to be without Jawan Powell today in the secondary. The good news is that DJ Ford, who's been hampered with that shoulder injury, he's going to play. He's probably not 100%, but he's going to be back on the field today. So that's good. Other players who are struggling, we don't expect to see Josiah Hatfield today. Don't expect to see Zach Bird, the tight end. He's still nursing that hand injury. Of course, we've talked all season long about the two right tackles. Bailey Malavik was out early on, and Rob Vanderland also went out. I think they thought Rob might be ready by now, but he's still not ready. And there are a number of guys like Avery Jones who guts it out each and every week on a bad ankle, the Pirates center. So, you get to this point of the year, and you got a lot of guys banged up, and talking with the Memphis folks as well, Cliff, they've got a number of guys who are banged up and are not going to play today. Their number 2 running back, Marquavius Weaver, is not going to play. Calvin Austin, who may be the best receiver in the conference, he's got a bad ankle, and he's really slowed. So we talked about kind of this dream matchup of Jaquan McMillan versus Calvin Austin, and both of them have bad ankles. So I don't know how that's going to match up today in this game. They've got some offensive linemen who are hurt, and maybe at least one won't play today. So, here we are going into the 10th week of the season. I don't care who you are. You got guys banged up, you got guys out, and other guys out there playing that aren't 100%.
Yeah, that's the way it is across college football now. A lot of guys for these Pirates will give it a go, but certainly not playing at 100% at this point in the season. Jeff, man, this defense is taking you back to better times of Pirate football, the way they've been playing lately. And defense travels. That's the old cliche, Jeff. And we've seen it show up at Houston. We've seen it shown up at UCF. And these offenses, those offenses might not be as good as the one as the Pirates will see today. So tough test for Blake Harrell's guys against these Memphis Tigers. They're really good at home, and they can really move the football, Jeff.
Yeah, they can, and the coaches are really impressed with the true freshman quarterback from Memphis, Seth Hennigan. He can really spin it, as they like to say now, and he's a real poised kid. I mean, he's come on here as a true freshman and really been outstanding for them. 18 touchdown passes and only 5 interceptions He's throwing at 61%. He's not a slow poke either. He can pull the ball down and pick up first downs. So, it all starts at the quarterback position, and they feel like he's their guy for the future here, and he's having a really good freshman year. He's out of Denton, Texas. His dad was his high school coach in Denton. And then I mentioned Calvin Austin, and then keep an eye on number 5, the tight end, Sean Dykes, who's really, really a good player as well. Brandon Thomas is a quality running back. We'll probably see Rodriguez Clark maybe a little bit more today running the football because Weaver is out. But you're right, Cliff. They have offensive weapons, and on a given day, they can be really hard to slow down, and they run this fast-paced offense. So this is another offense that kind of looks like UCF and maybe a little bit like Houston where, they line up, try and snap it every 12, 13 seconds.
No shocker, Jeff, when Memphis has allowed teams to run on them, they have lost. When they have stopped the run, they've been able to win those games, including did a good job against SMU last week and came out with the victory. So we know what the Pirates want to do. They want to get Harrison Mitchell cranked up. Do you think they'll be able to do that today against this Memphis Tigers defense?
Well, they're going to try. I mean, that's where it always starts with this Pirate football team, and that's the philosophy. And I was talking to Coach Houston off the air about that this week, and he told me, he said, when I interviewed for the job, he said, I told the people who were going to make the hire that I am a defense-first coach, and I am a guy who wants to run the football, play field position, and that's my philosophy. That's the way I think that you win in football. And so what they do every week is basically the same thing. And I know we talk about the keys every week, but it doesn't change a whole lot. East Carolina wants to come out and run the football, and they've got 2 quality backs and an offensive line in which they have to patch together each and every week, but those guys are doing a pretty good job up front. So, yeah, can they run the ball against Memphis? Memphis has got a good defense. I wouldn't say that they are great, Cliff. They are giving up some yards through the air more than on the ground. They're giving up 147 on the ground and 253 through the air. So we'll see. They're having a little trouble getting off the field on third down. Opponents are converting 42% of the time, but as we all know, the Pirates have not been a good third down team this year, so we'll see how that also matches up today. But they're going to try and run the football and get some yardage on first and second down, running the football, and then hopefully have some better third down conversion attempts because, when you're 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, it's tough to pick up those first downs.
Jeff, we'll let you go after this when we have been, asking the players, coaches. We've talked about it amongst ourselves, what a bowl game would do for this program, for this team, what it would mean. And how about for you, Jeff? You've been around so long. I don't know if there was a time where you maybe started to take these bowl games for granted because they were coming pretty frequently. It has not happened in a long time. So if the Pirates win today, Jeff, they're bowl eligible. What does that mean for the voice? What does that mean for the crew there that you work with? I mean, it'd be pretty special for everybody. I know you've been waiting for a long time to get back there.
Yeah, it was 2014, of course, was the last time, as you know, Clip, and that was the game down in St. Pete when the Pirates played Ohio and won that bowl game with Ruffin McNeil as the head coach. So it has been a while, but I tell you, not so much for us. It's good for the fan base because every time you go to a bowl game and the Pirate fans roll in a day or two early, you can just see the enthusiasm and the excitement amongst the fan base that, hey, our football team is in a bowl game. And I like to see those smiles on the faces and see people enjoying themselves that follow the Pirates. So it's a big deal to the fan base. It's a really big deal to the players. These kids have never been to a bowl game, obviously. And so when I've talked with them here in the last couple of weeks about, well, you guys might have a chance to go this year. I mean, their eyes get big and the smiles come out on their faces. It's a big deal to these football players this year to go to a bowl game, and certainly for the coaches as well. But from purely an enjoyment factor, it's great for your fan base, and it's great for your players. And we all know that this program needs a shot in the arm, and it would be really good for this program to get to a bowl game this year.
Jeff, thank you for joining us. Have a fantastic call today, and we'll see you back here next week in the Pirate Radio studios on Pirate Radio Live. Also, some basketball coming up. So, Jeff, it's crossover season. Joe Dooley's Pirates 2-0, off to a good start this year. So, let's keep the winning ways going today at the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll get home tonight and then get ready to do basketball tomorrow. 4 o'clock will be tip-off time against Western Carolina tomorrow. They gave Wake Forest a good battle yesterday. They come in 1-1. They beat Bowling Green at home in their opener. So they brought in some talented transfers, and Pirates will have to be ready again 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at Williams Arena, Minges Coliseum. Hope to see a lot of Pirate fans out there.
Voice, we'll talk again soon. Thank you.
All right, Cliff, thanks.
There is Jeff Charles joining us today on the Fixed NC Live Line. A very busy time for the Voice as he is pulling double duty. I did watch the ESPN Plus broadcast last night. I heard Cy Seymour call his partner Jeff and then pause and say, "I'm going to do that a few times." So Cy and Jeff have been together for ages, and Cy's still saying, "Well, Jeff," and then realizing he's not talking to Jeff anymore during a game. But Cy is the best.
And if you're at the games, if you get to go to Minges and see a game this year, look across to the scores table or the broadcast table over there. You will see Cy Seymour sitting there beside Jeff Charles, but on a different broadcast team. And it's so weird sitting there seeing them sit side by side, but not looking at each other and talking to each other. So I know it is kind of weird. It's got to be weird for Cy Seymour. So
we were joking that he was saying the other night, Jeff, patch me into your broadcast. Yeah. I got something. I gotta tell you something.
Jeff, what a great pass by Tremont there.
So what you got, Shirley?
Oh no, I was just I got nothing.
Oh, okay.
That was such a Jameis Winston moment.
Yeah, I just, every once
It reminds me of what my trainer told me one time.
What did he say?
Well,
he just told me He just told me nothing.
Nothing. No, every once in a while, my train of thought will jump the tracks and there are no survivors, and that just happened.
Oh, what a tragedy. All right. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. We'll wrap up hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Psych, the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Gotcha. If you were paying attention. We'll take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, what's going on today. Also, continue to get you set for ECU and Memphis. We're back with you after this.
Hello folks, this is Jamie Lane with Carolina Hardscapes and Mulch. We believe that making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio, fireplace, pool, walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. You can stop by our outdoor showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. At Carolina Hardscapes, we look forward to making your backyard the place to be. Find us on the web at CarolinaHardscapesandMulch.com.
Pizza. What you got there, Dad? Oh, man, the new Bacon Mania lineup from Papa John's. Oh, it's the triple bacon pizza, topped with full strips of bacon. Woo, that smell of bacon through the house has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
Mercer Glass is clearly different.
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, games kicking off at noon today. It'll be Alabama taking on New Mexico State. Number 6, Michigan is at Penn State, a top 25 matchup. Number 8, Oklahoma is at number 13, Baylor. Number 17, Auburn will host Mississippi State. Wisconsin will host Northwestern. The Badgers are 18th in the nation. UConn will be on the road at Clemson. It'll be Syracuse on the road at Louisville. SMU will host UCF, and Houston will take on Temple at the Link. Now, that is a look at your Buck scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall as your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in Eastern North Carolina. They're open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night, and during football season, they have food trucks during the day. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for an updated schedule, and we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here is your host, Clip Broad.
Alrighty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. I saw, speaking of scores, the United States men's national team beat Mexico last night.
Shocking.
And I guess somebody from the Mexico side said that we're what the USA wants to be. When they look in the mirror, they want to see us, Mexico. So when Wonder Boy Christian Pulisic.
Okay.
When he scored, he lifted up his jersey and his undershirt said, "I'm the man in the mirror."
Nice. I like it. How
badass is that?
That is pretty badass.
Now, what's bad is how many games has he put something under his shirt and he didn't get to show what it was because they lost or he didn't score.
Good point.
But when you got that ready to go and you score and you get to show that off, that's got to be a great feeling.
That's kind of like when Alex Morgan, when they scored against France and she walked up and she did the T thing.
Yeah, what was that? That was in reference to, yeah. So
it's a phrase that they use over in Europe when they say, "That's it, you're done." They'll say, "That's the tea."
She did she had the
little
cup.
tea. Yes, the little teacup.
Yeah.
One of the speaking of like pulling your jersey up and there being a shirt underneath, one of the greatest sports moments is when I want to say it was Clinton Porter, so the running back for the Washington Redskins, after Sean Taylor died, scored a touchdown and lifted up the shirt.
He had the Sean Taylor shirt.
Yeah, I thought that's one of the greatest sports moments.
And then he did like an angel's
like
wings.
An angel's wing.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Santana used to always throw up the 21. That was yeah. I like and I guess now.
Was it Clinton Portis that did that?
Yeah, it was Portis. But the U boys, the Miami guys.
Mm-hmm.
now taunting such a thing in the NFL.
Oh, he would have been jailed.
What did you think of? Well, he's about to be jailed for fraud.
That is true. That is true.
Glenn Portis literally about to go to prison, it appears.
What did I think about? What, in terms of something?
A little bit. Tell us a little bit about what you thought in terms of thoughts and your brain waves.
And speaking of those thoughts, in terms of
if any,
the dude on Monday night with the Steelers that did the Karate Kid kick. And then the stare down at the bench. It goes back to what I was. There was a tweet early in the year by a comedian and I guess analyst, whatever he is, Cousin Sal, and he said, because he was watching, he's a Cowboys fan, he was watching the Cowboys Chargers. He says, if you're a defender, what you need to do is, or if you're on the opposing team and a bad play happened, just kind of get in the vicinity of the guy that made the good play.
And hope that he gets up and points for a first down.
He spikes the ball on you.
Yeah.
He gets up and you happen to be like in his path, so he's in your face and he's likely to say something. In this case, the player for Pittsburgh gets the sack and he's looking at the other team's sideline briefly, and the punter's coming out on the field. So the punter kind of is running to go punt, but he's right in the path of that guy.
Smart.
So it kind of looks like he's in his face, and they threw the flag. Now, if he's just staring off into the abyss at the sideline and there's no other player around, is that taunting? I don't know if they throw the flag. So now you got to do everything you can to make sure the rules go your way. Just be around the area of a celebrating player, and you could profit from that.
And now, if you are that player that makes that big play, make sure you look around first.
Yeah.
Make sure you're looking around, and then you can do your little dance or your first down point.
Yeah. So it's one of those.
Taking the fun out of football, man.
I get some of it. Like, I don't know. You don't want to have guys just jawing after every play, but then again, I get so fired up when my team does something and they get excited about it, and in your face, I'm a fan and I do that. So
like Chase Young and the boys are going to do next week.
Let's just not. Why do you keep bringing up that awful organization? Let's not talk about them.
Oh.
I'm out on them. How you feel about Cam?
You want to go to the Panthers game next week?
No, I don't want to go to the damn Panthers game.
How do I feel about Cam?
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, I can tell. Why don't you go fly a kite? You seem so excited.
Fly a kite. Cam's a good kid.
Tony was
good bunch.
Tony was beaming yesterday in his Cam Newton
I know
jersey.
he was, man. I watched the C3 Panther podcast the other night, and Cody Lashney, and I actually listened to some of y'all's segment, and you asked Tony Dunn if his co-host on the show, that's probably the biggest Cam Newton fan I've ever seen in my life.
He floated in here yesterday.
Dude, I know.
He was so happy.
For it to happen on his birthday.
Yeah. What a birthday gift.
Yeah, so I know he's excited, and I mean, he's not the only one. Panther Nation is excited for Cam to be back. Not going to be the Cam of old.
No, the bad news is he has to play, and he's not going to be that good. Do we not agree?
He's not going to be that good.
But
what if he is?
You're prepared for the
And
worst.
I've been thinking about, his legacy being tarnished, and you saying, it can't be tarnished because there is no expectation for him to come back and take us to the promised land. And I think that's true.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to, because if you're talking to the average fan, they may be excited that he's coming back, and the expectations may be a little higher.
There is fans out there that are delusional.
Right. And then
there's fans out there that think that he can come back
versus
and
the
take
staff
us to the promised land.
Yeah, versus the staff that says, look, just maintain us.
Yeah, I would be cautious if I was a Panthers fan at this point.
And that is exactly the word that I am. I'm cautious.
All right, Mr. Cautious.
Relax.
I am relaxed.
I think you've been fairly consistent this year.
I've been fairly consistent.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back planning on hooking up with Jeff Nadeau, the big man on campus, to kick us off in Hour 4 of Pirate Radio Live. We will talk lines. We will talk ECU Memphis. Big man has a pick of the week. that we will discuss. And we'll have more for you in hour 4 of the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. We roll on after this.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? Hemp Garden of Greenville is your premium CBD provider in Eastern North Carolina. Find yourself experiencing increased aches and pains as the cooler months roll in? Hemp Garden offers an assortment of pain-relieving topicals, including lotions, creams, and muscle rubs. Visit Hemp Garden to speak with a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. Go to YouTube and search for Pirate Radio TV and subscribe today. Watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. and the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate in the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter on game days. Just go to YouTube, search Pirate Radio TV, and click on that subscribe button. Now let's head back into the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, hour 4 of the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. We're going to talk to Jeff Nadeau here in just a moment. If you were Jake Gyllenhaal, would you be weirded out that Taylor Swift wrote a 10-minute song and made a movie about your relationship and breakup? These are the texts I get from my wife during the show.
She texted you that?
Yes.
Which, by the way, I've got to watch the little mini movie for
10-minute song?
Yes, it's a 10-minute song. It became a fan favorite.
Was this Rapper's Delight?
No, it's called All Is Well? Is that the name of it right off the top of my head? What are you pointing at?
What is that?
You can't see it on the screen. What is it?
It's a bottle of water. You leave stuff everywhere.
Oops.
You are a child.
Uh-oh.
Anyway. Shirley
yes,
was rocking Taylor Swift all day.
it
at
was
the
Tay
office
Tay Day yesterday. Yes,
Tay Tay Day.
it was Tay Tay Day.
Hmm.
Well, it was the release of Taylor's version of her album Red, which, if you have followed the drama, a lot of artists don't own their own songs. So what happened is that Scooter Braun, who was associated with Justin Bieber, bought her catalog.
Not Scooter Rogers.
Correct.
Okay.
Not Scooter Rogers. Scooter Braun.
Not Ryan Braun.
Not Ryan Braun. Anybody else you want to name before I finish my sentence?
Not Scooter from the Muppets.
Not Scooters in the Heart of Wilson Motel in Wilson.
Not Braun, the character from Game of Thrones.
Anything else?
Go on.
Okay. Anyway, so she decided that she was going to go back and re-record those songs so that she could keep them. She didn't want to sell them off or whatever. Anyway, so it was the release of Taylor's version of her album Red yesterday, and also Silk Sonic, which is the collaboration between Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars, which has a very heavy 70s kind of soul feel to it. They got released yesterday as well, so it was a fantastic day for music.
And you were jamming out in the Pirate Radio studios. That could be Jeff Nadeau on the Fixed NC Live line. We shall see. You were looking at me like you wanted to say something. Did you want to say anything?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, bro.
I got my water bottle. I'm ready.
All right, let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line, visit with the big man on campus on this game day Saturday. Jeff, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you, Cliff?
Hey, doing great. Hey, it's awesome to have something to play for this late in the year if you're East Carolina. It's been a long time since we've been in this situation, Jeff. So the Pirates today are playing for that 6th win. They'll be taking on Memphis. East Carolina has been on a nice streak, I think 5 in a row against the spread. They've won 2 outright in a row. But they head to Memphis to take on a Memphis team that's been very good at home. As I'm trying to look here, wow, this line has shot down even more. It's at 4.5 right now, big man. So money coming in on the Pirates today. How you feeling about East Carolina's chances against Memphis this afternoon?
Well, I feel pretty good. I mean, judging by that line move, I mean, I'd have felt better if, I'd have had it at 8.
If you'd have got it at 8, you'd feel pretty damn good right now, right?
Yeah, for sure. Look, ECU's played well. This is kind of what I think as a fan you probably or hope to expect. I mean, this is what this team should be. Been a lot better defensively, which you got to like. They could play multitudes of different ways. I think they could play in a shootout. I don't think they want to, but I think they can. They've ran the ball effectively. This is a game where I say these all the time when you have coaches like this that have tried to, kind of create something somewhere and it hasn't really worked. They need a vintage win, and this is probably it. I mean, it'd be great to get it against Memphis, a team that's kind of led this conference over the years, and it's on the road. But this is a big game, and it's a barometer game, and can ECU win it? I think they can. I'm just in the thought process, though, Clip. I'm not going to play the worst number. This is a liability, a Tiger defense. You should be able to move the ball. But I'm not betting it the worst. I'll root for ECU, though. I hope they win. Gun to my head, at this price, I'll take the 4.5.
Any thoughts, Jeff, on the 59 total? As you said, Pirates playing better defense, but, Memphis can score, especially at home. Yeah. Both teams averaging around that 30 mark. So any thoughts on 59?
Yeah, it'd be the first of 30 wins for me. And if you look at Memphis games, they're literally always like 34-28, 31-30. Like, it's always right around 60. But yeah, I mean, I always read Hoist the Colors. I know Igo does a nice job with that. I think one of their people said 35-31 ECU. I could see it. I could surely see it. I'd be on ECU and I'd be on the over here if I had to play it.
Jeff, I talked earlier in the week. You like the orange today, Syracuse. That line sticking at 3.5. You still feeling good about their game against Louisville today?
Well, you're not giving me enough credit. This line dropped to 3, Clip. Give me my line value.
All right, Jeff gets the best number. He did it again.
Yeah. Yes, no, I do like Syracuse. A lot of things working for me here. I like betting on teams off buys against teams that aren't on buys. Syracuse bowl eligible with a win. They're playing it revenge. They lost 30-0 last year to Louisville. Don't think they didn't forget that. Sean Tucker's one of the best running backs in the country. Off a 200-plus yard game against BC. They get a Louisville team a little banged up right now. I know Malik Cunningham's in and out of practice. Louisville's off a couple of losses here in a row. So I think this is a huge game. I'm going to take the team that's really been great, Syracuse, against the number 8-1 this year. I think as long as Garrett Schrader doesn't make mistakes, I think they cover the number and get the win.
Big Man on Campus, Jeff Nadeau joining us at Jeff Nadu on Twitter, patreon.com/BMOC. Jeff, what other college action looking forward to either in the noon, 3:30 or night window? Any other games catch your eye today?
Yeah, I took a lot of dogs today. I took was BC. They're not a dog anymore. I think there's a pick 'em. You might even see BC as a favorite, but I think BC wins for all intents and purposes. They got their quarterback Phil Jerkovich back. He's missed most of the year with a hand injury. He's back though, and he's so dynamic. He can run, he can throw. He's really got on the radar of NFL scouts. And I just like BC. Always a good run team. They're always great defensively. Not real high on their opponent today, Georgia Tech. They have a porous defense. I like BC. I took a shot with them today. If I can, quick clip. I know you don't have the longest amount of time here on this show. I will. I know this is a football show, but Gonzaga is going to take care of Texas tonight. Okay, the line speaks for itself. I love Texas. I hope they hang in this game, but I could have put this more towards 10. I think Gonzaga wins and covers.
I was going to ask you about that game, Jeff. I had to throw in a little hoops here because it's a great slate of games in all sports today. East Carolina 2-0. They win and cover against Canisius last night. So, also UCLA, a winner over Nova last night. Oregon took care of SMU. So, Jeff, what's your attention level right now? What's the ratio today on a full Saturday between football and basketball? Are you still kind of football heavy at this point?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I've had a great year in college basketball or college football, so I'm kind of sticking with where I am. But yeah, as far as college hoops, I know tonight. I mean, I'll be all over that Gonzaga Texas game. There's not a huge couple. There's a couple good betting matchups today that I'll have, and they're actually early, so I hope to get them out of the way. And right now, Clip, I'm only playing college hoops for a half a unit, so I'm not really risking a ton. I'm just kind of taking shots with spots I like. Clip, I will quickly throw this out. This game starts at noon Eastern, college basketball. Get this for a spot. Coppin State on the road at UConn. UConn hasn't played since Tuesday. They put up 99 against Central Connecticut State. They got Coppin tonight. Clip, keep in mind, Coppin State played on Tuesday and Wednesday in Chicago against DePaul and Loyola Chicago. They played last night against Ryder, lost by 12. Now you got to go up to Stores and play at noon the next day after playing last night.
Wow.
Connecticut is a huge favorite, and they should be. I think they could win this game by 50, maybe 60. I played UConn's team total over 93.5. This offense should roll.
All right, some good insight from the big man on campus, Jeff Nadeau, to get a basketball player or two in on this college football Saturday. Jeff, enjoyed it as always, man. We will check in with you Tuesday on Pirate Radio Live. Enjoy the games today. Good luck to you, man.
You too, and I'll rooting in ECU.
Yes, sir.
To a bowl, and I think they might do it today.
Let's do it. Sounds good. Thank you, Jeff. There's Jeff Nadeau joining us on the Fixed NC live line. So, yeah, Chandler, tonight, if you're at that, so what time is that Gonzaga game? Do you have any interest right now in watching a college basketball game ahead of a college football game? Are you at that point in your life?
No.
Will you ever be at that point in your life?
Yeah, at some point. Just not right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying when college football is over. But I'm saying during college football season, would you ever choose a non-ECU basketball game over a college football game?
No, not this early in the season.
It's hard, yeah. I mean, I think I'm with you. Let's see, Texas Gonzaga doesn't start till 10:30, so you're kind of over the 7 o'clock window at that point. So make a nice seamless transition into a big time hoops matchup, number 5 versus number 1 there. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll have more for you on the Bud Light pregame tailgate as we continue to get you set for East Carolina and Memphis. We are back with you after this.
Why do I run? Is it because I'm driven? Because I love the challenge? God, no. I do it for the beer. If you're the kind of runner who does it for the beer, this summer you can get one on us with the Michelob Ultra Beer Run. Grab your run buddies and get out there, because this summer there's beer at the finish line. Sign up at ultrabeerrun.com and trade your miles for beer.
At US Cellular, we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. Right now, you choose any phone and we make it free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac CT5 lease at $489 a month, 10,000 miles a year for 36 months for qualified buyers. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Other food delivery apps charge surprise fees, but Domino's is giving away $50 million worth of surprise frees, like free pizza, lava cakes, or cheesy bread when you order delivery online. And we found some unique ways to get the word out. Like screaming it! We even called Paul Revere.
Free lava cakes are coming!
Order delivery online and you could get a surprise free from Domino's. No purchase necessary. Open U.S. residents 13 and up through 11/21/21. Odds of winning are 1 in 14. See rules at surprisefrees.domino's.com for free entry, blackout dates, restrictions, and details.
This is Holt Nailers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, not only do we have a ton of college football games to keep up with, we got a lot of college basketball games to keep up with as well. Tipping off at noon will be UConn hosting Coppin State. Georgia Southern is at South Florida, and Cal State Northridge will be at Notre Dame. All of those games have noon tip-offs. Coming up at 1 o'clock, it'll be Tulsa and Air Force, and Miami hosting UCF. At 2 o'clock, it'll be Colgate in Raleigh to take on NC State. And then at 7 o'clock tonight, Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers will host North Carolina Central. Once again, that tip-off is scheduled for 7 o'clock. That's a look at your Buck scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall. It's your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. Open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And during football season, they have food trucks during the day. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for updated schedules. And we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Here is your host, Clip Broad.
Alrighty, back with you here on the program. Only 2 more of these to go after today. Kind of hard to believe. 11:30 kickoff start time for us next week with the 3:30 game against Navy. I believe that's CBS Sports Network. And then the final game of the regular season will be against Cincinnati, and we don't have a kickoff time for that yet. It will not be a nooner. It'll be a 3:30 or a 7 o'clock start time, I believe. Dubuck. Thank you, Chandler. So, thanks, Charlotte. Dubuck.
Please note, I did not do that.
People don't like that.
I don't care.
That's only going to make Billy want to do it more. So
I know. That's what I'm saying. People don't like it, and it just drives you to want to do it even more.
When you're told not to do something, it really makes you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's how we are as humans.
How do you think I made a career out of this?
Human beings.
It's just a human opportunity.
That it is. Big opportunity today, Chandler, for
On
East
this
Carolina.
Gonna have to fight our tails off.
This is big opportunity Saturday.
Yep, that's right.
Opportunity Saturday.
For East Carolina and other schools out there. Here's some fast facts. Stat to consider.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
How fast are they?
Stats.
East Carolina has played 14 games on November 13th.
Interesting.
Their record is 8-6. They have lost 3 straight games on November 13th. The last win coming against Cincinnati. They have played Cincinnati a lot on November 13th. 4 times to be exact. Their last win, 48-34 in 1999, November 13th. They have lost 3 straight since then on this date. Does that mean anything to you?
Not much.
It shouldn't.
Not much.
It should not mean anything to you.
None.
Zero. Let's hear that. Cut 3 from Mike Houston, Shirley. We didn't play it earlier. Asked by Troy D about, how much is he talking about the opportunity to get 6 wins and go to a bowl game this week if the Pirates can knock off Memphis.
Coach, you guys set the team goals before the season. You're on the verge of accomplishing one of those with one more win. How much do you guys talk about that this week as far as motivating the team to try and get to that accomplishment, to be able to extend the season for post-game? How, a lot of people are talking about that as fans in the media. What about with you and the team? How much is that being addressed right now?
0. None. We're playing Memphis. That's it.
Zilch. Nada. 9.
Nunca.
That sounds like a derogatory term.
I'm pretty sure N-U-N-C-A means 0. Zero is 0.
Zero.
But I feel like Nunca is none. I better make sure I'm right on that. I could be saying something
none.
dirty.
0.
Are you looking it up, Shirley? Or are you
Yes,
doing
I
something
am.
else? Okay.
Different ways to say none.
Yeah. Please make sure I'm what if I just made that up?
Wait, different languages?
All right. I'll look it up myself. Actually, Nunca means never.
Never.
Coach, how much are you? It kind of works, but it really doesn't. I thought I was saying none all this time. How much are you talking about this game, this 6 win against Memphis this week?
Never.
What if we just said that? That would have been a great response.
Never.
Ever. In no time in history will we do that. Shirley, what are you doing?
I'm looking up how do you say none in different languages.
How are you coming along there?
In Dutch, it means
Candy Crack?
In Danish, is ingen.
Okay.
Ingen.
In French, it's a coon.
A coon.
German, it's keiner. In Hawaiian,
it's aloha.
No, it's aole or kakahi.
Okay.
Kakai.
How much are people enjoying this segment?
In Italian, it's nessuna.
Coach Houston, how much are people enjoying this segment right now?
Oh, in
None.
In
Zero.
Latin,
Zero.
In Latin, it's Nemo.
Hey, we found Nemo.
Yeah.
Nemo Squire coming to Dowdy Ficklin.
That is true. Whiteville, by the way, are they ever going to be tested this year?
I don't know, man.
What was the score last night?
56-0, just like it was last week.
Good Lord. Chandler Honeycutt is going to ride this donkey all the way to a championship.
I'm trying to figure out where the state championship is going to be. It's either going to be in Carter Finley or Keenan Memorial, whatever the name is in Chapel Hill. But that would be a really cool experience, and it would be on a Saturday.
It would be on a Saturday. So next
December
week,
13th.
You got another home game next week?
Yep, and then I believe they're going to be on the road.
So you'll be calling football next Friday night. Do you think you'll be able to wake up and be here on time the following Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
None. 0.
Nemo.
Never.
What are the chances you are late next Saturday?
No. We start 11:30.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right.
Should have been good this morning, but
tell Tell us
but had a little bit of a problem there, bud.
Tell us a little bit about why you were late to work today.
If any.
Yeah, if any.
No excuses.
I can see it on your face.
None.
None.
I did toss and turn till 3:30 this morning, and did not go to bed.
Yeah.
It's a good bunch. It's a good bed.
You're a good kid.
I'm a good kid. Good bunch.
Hopefully,
not good sleep.
You don't get fired
None.
this week.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I think you'll make it.
Yeah,
I will stand up
Catch me
for
at the
you.
corner of Charles and 14th.
What are you going to be doing there?
If I'm fired, I won't have a job.
Yeah, but why are you going to stand outside on the corner?
It's a busy street there.
Oh, you're going to be asking for donations?
It's a good street. It's a good bunch. You got to compete.
All right, we've wasted enough time this segment. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back when we return. We will hear from Brian North, get his thoughts on this matchup and more. That's on the way when we return on the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate on a football Saturday. Back with you after this.
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? You can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back in to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio on the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Almost said the wrong show again. I don't know if I'm ever going to... It's might be one of those days where I just don't wake up. And I'm going to be up, but I'm not going to be up. And it's going to be a long one because we'll be with you after the game on the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Call-In Show. I feel like I've talked about Memphis for 4 weeks now. In fact, I talked about him yesterday with Brian North. So let's do it all over again one more time before they kick it off at noon. North joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Brian, how you doing today?
I'm good. I feel like you didn't get the proper breakfast to fuel your day today. What'd you have to eat this morning?
Well, that is incorrect because I had a fabulous breakfast thanks to CD's Grill. In fact, I am working on biscuit number 2. I've already inhaled a link sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, and now I'm going for number 2, and it's going down slow because these babies are big. So breakfast was not the issue, Brian. It was more maybe lack of sleep and just me generally not being a morning guy, unlike yourself, Brian.
Well, forced at the point of a bayonet to be a morning person. When you have living alarm clocks that wake you up early, you just kind of. I was never a coffee guy before children came into my life. Now I've gotten into the more fancy iced coffee.
Ah,
that was my morning.
Boy, you have changed.
I know. It's there sometimes and go, who is this person?
Who is this man? Brian, ECU Memphis. Hey, speaking of changing, the Pirates have changed things here of late. And they are now, and I just checked it because we talked to Jeff Nadeau, who joins us to talk lines. ECU now a 4.5-point underdog. That number keeps going down lower and lower. So somebody out there with money is believing in the Pirates, Brian, and for good reason. They've covered 5 straight games. They've won 2 in a row, and this Memphis team has been shaky. The problem, if you're on the ECU side, is they've been good at home. They win at home.
Right, and they're coming off that win over SMU, and it's just hard to figure out who they are. I mean, the Mississippi State win is just such an anomaly for that team. And so you're trying to figure out where are they, what are they doing here, and then they run a losing skid, then they come up with this win over SMU, and you go, okay, well, now they're 5 wins, now they're trying to get bowl eligible with a victory, and they're running out of time as well, so it's they got something to play for here today. So, I think ECU fans are hoping they'll just roll over and let the Pirates become bowl eligible, but it's probably going to be a dogfight, and as the Pirates try to get this program continued moving in the right direction, road wins are something that they're going to have to do next and find a way to get these road victories, which are really hard and have been hard for this program for the last 7 years.
Brian, we've had standout guys, and I think the good thing about this offense is it hasn't been the same guy every week, but we are kind of due for like a Tyler Snead 7, 8, 9 catch game, right? I mean, we just hadn't had one of those in a while.
Right, and so what we've been waiting for here the last 3 years is Mike Houston's a tight end guy, right? He played tight end in college. He is a guy who, at all of his stops, has utilized the tight end effectively, and he didn't have any when he got here. He's had to try to build that up. I know it's a goblin. He's a bad guy, kind of like Memphis is the bad people today. So he wanted the tight ends to work, and now that he's finally getting there, now that should open up the wide receivers, because after last week with all the tight end catches, now you're going to have to pay attention to them over the middle, and that should open some things up for the wide receivers.
No, that's a good point, and we've seen this running game help out the passing game, opening up stuff, because you had Harris go for over 100 2 games ago, or 100 on the dot, I should say. Keaton Mitchell well over 100 last week, so that's something that the Pirates have been able to do. And you talk about Mike Houston, that's what he wants to do, right, Brian? Run the football, play defense. He's starting to see the team he envisioned when he got here a couple years ago.
Yeah, he said when he got here, this was the biggest rebuild he was ever going to have, and he's had to rebuild that roster to get to where he wants. But yes, he is a run the ball, control the clock, play action, use the tight end, and have your defense dominate type of coach. And so he's worked the roster over where he's getting there now. The defense, I think, has come along a little faster than some of us thought. Offense actually hasn't been as good, but now I think they're starting to see that a little bit. And so late in the seasons when you want your offense playing well, and we're hoping the Holt Nailers, can take advantage of the run game and the play action and having more options both at the tight end and wide receiver position now, where he can be comfortable and just play. I think, to play psychologist, I think Holton was probably trying too hard earlier in the year, was trying to be too perfect instead of just going out there and playing. And when he goes out there and just plays and has time because of his offensive line, which also has improved, he's a much better quarterback. And they're going to need him to play well today. They got to control the turnovers on the road today.
Brian North joining us. North, what are your memories from the Liberty Bowl, whether it be playing Memphis or covering a Liberty Bowl itself?
Yeah, it was my only trip there was when ECU played in the Liberty Bowl in their first one under Skip Holt. So that would have been, 2008. So I remember that one, and I don't remember much from the game against Kentucky. I was surprised how good Kentucky was. I was surprised at how well Kentucky traveled. I was surprised how boring the game was, and I remember Chris Johnson being on the sidelines, and he was in his rookie season with the Tennessee Titans at the time. So those, and then all my bowl memories of the Liberty Bowl were based on just the trip itself, being able to go to the Peabody Hotel and seeing the Ducks, going to Graceland, where Elvis, going to Beale Street, going to Silky's, going to all those places. That the game itself was very unmemorable. I remember the stadium was big and boring, and the game was boring. That's all I remember.
Big stadium, boring game. Brian North. Should write a book. That's a good title. Yeah, those were East Carolina, and now we've been using the phrase defense travels. The Pirate defense certainly traveled to those Liberty Bowls. The offense left something to be desired in those games, and special teams.
Yeah, and those were, look, we talk about what Mike Houston wants. It's almost identical to what Skip Holtz wanted.
Yeah.
Those two championships. It's that type of, would like a more dynamic offense and let your quarterback loose, but you also are trying to control with your defense and get out of there and win the game. And after you go through 7 years of not going to a bowl game, I think you find a formula to win. You want to stick with it and just win again to get back there. And I don't know the longest drought for ECU and winning seasons, and bowl games used to be harder to get to back in the day, but I don't remember since the Peach Bowl and that era this long a drought of not going to bowl games. So it certainly has been a tough run that ECU fans are ready to end.
Brian North joining us. North, how about the showdown tonight in Winston-Salem? NC State Wake Forest game is basically at a pick'em right now. The Atlantic Division is basically at a pick'em right now, as these two teams are at the top. Who comes out the survivor tonight? I'm looking forward to this one tonight.
Yeah, you look at it and you want to say NC State just because I think with Wake coming off their loss last week and their defense is just so vulnerable right now, you'd like to think that NC State could go in there and win, but NC State's history of going to Winston-Salem isn't very good. So this is really a huge litmus test for both of these teams that aren't used to being in this position late in the season. So I'm curious to see who blinks first. We think it's going to be a high-scoring game. We think it's going to be one of those where the winner will be maybe who reaches 40 first, maybe 50 first. I don't know, but I think there's going to be a ton of points there, and then it's going to be who blinks first. It's going to be who gets the turnover, the special teams, the hidden yardage sort of thing. But who's going to be the team that gives up serve first is probably the team that ends up losing.
Brian, I don't think you follow modern pro wrestling, but there's a thing now called Money in the Bank. It's a ladder match, and you win the match by grabbing a briefcase high above the ring, and with that briefcase, you can cash it in on a champion at any moment you'd like. So what they do is they let these other teams let these guys throw haymakers at each other, beat each other up, and then you just go in the ring and pin them while they're about half dead. You said yesterday on the show that you could see a scenario where somehow at the end of this thing, Clemson and Dabo are holding up the championship in the Atlantic side and going to the ACC championship after Wake and State and these other teams beat each other up. I don't know the numbers, like what has to happen for it to happen, but you can't, if it's mathematically possible, it could definitely be done where Dabo survives everything going on around him right now in the league.
I know State would have to beat Wake, and then Wake would have to lose to Clemson and Boston College, something like that. But I think it's possible, and I'm telling you, don't count it out. It would be the luck of both NC State and Wake Forest to be in that situation where they would lose. Both of them would lose out of the division, and Clemson just sneaks in there and then beats Pitt to win the whole dang thing, and then make everybody's life miserable. That's ready for a different champion in the ACC.
Brian North joining us. North, Cam Newton back in Charlotte. It'll be the Panthers and the Cardinals, apparently with P.J. Walker playing quarterback on Sunday, but our Cam homers around here, Chandler and Tony Dunn, are fired up. I told him, well, he's got to play a game, right? Like, I think this is going to be just delightful for these guys until they get to see him on the field and what he is at this point. But that remains to be seen. What do you think about Cam returning to Charlotte with the Panthers?
Yeah, this is like when you had that long ago girlfriend and you had that vacation trip to the beach, and you're looking at those pictures in the past, and you're going, oh, man, I remember that. And then you forgot why that you broke up at the end, and then all of a sudden, she's back, and you have that first date, and, she says everything right at the press conference, and you're like, oh, man, this is going to be awesome. And then we'll see what happens in the games when they actually come up. But I'm curious if they have packages for him Sunday when he plays, and if they need him, if they have a chance against Arizona. So the theater around this thing has been spectacular. And then, of course, the drama of getting him ready for the week after that, which would be your Washington football.
Oh, yeah.
A guy named Ron Rivera as the head coach and a whole bunch of other ex-Panthers that play there. So there's drama and theater in this three-ring circus that's going on. It's unbelievable and fun to watch that is so un-Panther-like, from what we've had for the last 25 years. But it certainly is taking the attention and what happened. But I cannot see how this thing ends really well. Just because you had a 32-year-old quarterback who's beat up, and he's okay. Maybe he's fresh now, but 2 games in, if he gets beat up and in an offense he doesn't even know, I don't know. I just don't. I'm optimistic like everybody. I'd love to see it happen because it's great storytelling. I just don't think it's going to happen the way a lot of people want, which is. And then if it's a train wreck, maybe that's just as good a theater as well.
Chandler, you made an astute point earlier in the week that Cam Newton, NFL debut as a rookie on the road at Arizona.
Yep.
Could potentially play in his first game back at Arizona. I don't know. Do you think we'll see him in tomorrow?
I don't know. I listened to Coach Rule and Scott Fitter's press conference the other day, and they both said that they were excited to see P.J. Walker on Sunday. So, but in the past couple of days, I've seen tweets from media members in the Charlotte area saying that, quotes from Matt Rule and Joe Brady that they haven't ruled out Cam playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll see him as the starting quarterback. Definitely not. But like North said, we could see some packages where number one comes in.
Brian North joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. We'll circle back and wrap it up here. Brian, your thoughts, final thoughts on ECU Memphis. You got a prediction? How many points needs to be scored by the winning team today? What do you got?
Yeah, I think whoever gets to 31st probably wins this game. I think with that Pirate defense, they've got to travel. They've had a nice run of turnovers, and we've seen it the last couple of times. Not only getting turnovers, but getting turnovers that create immediate points for you, whether it is a pick six or a fumble return for a touchdown or getting that return deep into territory that gives you a short field. So I think the defense has got to force a couple of turnovers, and the offense can't turn it over. And then again, I'm always looking for the hidden yardage with special teams and who can win that. But I think that you're going to have to score some points to win it. I think 30 might be the number. I think ECU has as good a chance, but I'm kind of in that pick 'em mode. They got just as good a chance to win as they do to lose in this thing. Memphis has something to play for, so but if the Pirates want to take that 2 steps forward in the program, get to the bowl game, go on the road and get a win, this is a huge one for them today against a team they certainly can compete with.
All right, North, what do you got planned? Tea parties? What's going on today in your household?
Possible nap might be happening here soon. And we already made a run to Yoder's Dutch.
Oh, wow.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
So, yeah. So now it's just kind of relax a little bit. The kids are getting ready to go down for nap right now. So probably watch about 5 minutes of football before I'm snoring on the couch.
There you go. Sounds like a plan. North, thanks for joining us, man. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right, sounds good, Clippy.
There is Brian North joining us today here on the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. We will take a timeout, come back. We'll have predictions. What happened in fantasy last week, Chandler? Remind me. I know Wes had C.J. Johnson.
Ryan Jones stole the show.
Yeah.
No one had Ryan Jones.
Should we just do a full reset from the week before? You were a winner with Rajay. Finally, Shirley got knocked off the pedestal. So do you want to just go back to that week? You take Rajay and Shirley and I will make picks?
Sure, yeah.
We'll do that.
I'll do that.
All right.
Rajay needs to get going. Maybe it can start today.
All right, so we'll make our fantasy picks, have predictions, and more for you when we return on the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Back with you after this.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 GMC Sierra 1500. Save up to $3,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
This is former ECU football player Bryce Williams, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, here's the slate of games that'll be kicking off in less than 15 minutes from now. It'll be Alabama taking on New Mexico State. Penn State will host Michigan. It'll be Oklahoma at Baylor. Auburn hosts Mississippi State. Northwestern is at Wisconsin. Clemson will host UConn. And it'll be Syracuse at Louisville. SMU will host UCF. And Houston will be in Philly to take on Temple at the Link. And that is a look at your Buck scoreboard, brought to you by the Buccaneer Music Hall. As your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They are open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night, and now during football season they have food trucks during the day. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for an updated schedule, and we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, watching College Game Day here. Reese Davis made his super dog pick of the day, and he made that pick East Carolina plus the points against the Memphis Tigers. They are in Oxford, so everybody's got their bow ties on, except Lane Kiffin, who was on the set. What time is this game? Like, should Lane be with the team? I'm assuming it's not at noon.
No, I believe that game is later. Hold on 1 second. I'll pull it up because I was just looking at it.
It's either 3:30 or 7, I guess. Matt Corral is a player I would like to see on the Washington football team next year. I like him.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, by the way.
It's a night game in Oxford coming up today. All right, let's get to our fantasy picks and our predictions. So, Queen Shirley was dethroned. She lost both her streak and her fantasy pick.
2021 has not been a good year for me.
So Chandler won a couple weeks ago when Rajay Harris had his 100-yard game and a touchdown. So Chandler, actually, I mean, everything, we can reset this week if you want to, heading into the final 3 weeks. And it's up to you. Do you want to keep Rajay or take another player?
Let's reset.
All right, well, I'm picking first because I never pick first.
Okay.
I think it's just time for a Tyler Snead game.
Okay.
So I want Tyler Snead.
I think it's fair. We've been waiting all year for him to just kind of break out.
Yeah, 8 catches, 134 yards.
I mean, he's been solid all year, but he's
has.
just not had that I guess because we've had more weapons on the offensive side, especially at running back, that you're not seeing as much going to Tyler as maybe like last year.
I don't think he's been a decoy necessarily, but he's definitely gotten more attention.
Absolutely,
which opens things up for other guys. So, all right, so that leaves a couple of running backs and a lot of receiving options open for the rest to use.
I'm going to go with Keaton.
I'm going to go Rajay.
Right back where you started.
Yep.
Who'd you want, Chandler?
I was going to say that we haven't seen a 1,000-yard rusher since 2013, and that we will see one today or after today's game with Keaton Mitchell. That's Shirley's guy, so I'm going to go with Rajay.
So if I go Keaton Mitchell over under 97.5 rushing yards.
Over.
You're going to take the over. If he has 98, he will be the first 1,000-yard rusher since Ventavious Cooper. All right.
All right. And just for giggles here.
No bleeps?
No bleeps.
No bleeps.
All right, just giggles.
No
Just
Bryce
giggles.
Williams?
No Bryce Williams.
I was peeing behind a tractor. I was at the tractor peeing.
If I wasn't so busy yesterday, that was going to be a promo. I seriously, if I could have cut that down, I just don't know how much I could have cut it down without it making it sound extremely inappropriate.
He said he was doing number one and peeing like 7 times.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, we know that, we're going to run the ball. I mean, we've got 2 fantastic backs. Okay, let's say for wide receiver wise, we're going to go into the passing game. Who is going to have the standout game today? It was Ryan.
I think it's Clips guy.
You think it's going to be Tyler?
I would hope so. That's why I made the pick.
Well,
Audio Matosha.
I was going to say, I think it might be Audie's game, too.
CJ had a good game 2 weeks ago. Last week he had the one-handed catch. I think the great thing is you really can't go wrong with any pick right now.
No, you can't. You can't go wrong with Ryan Jones. You can't go wrong with Calhoun. You can't. I mean, there are quite a few players that. I mean, there are a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. We just got to get the ball to them.
Yeah, I wonder if we see Pop McKay play again today.
Yeah, it was great seeing him last week.
He's a big fella.
Dude,
he is a big boy.
Dude. Dude, he's a big dude.
Dude, he's a big dude.
Dude.
And, of course, with the rules now, you can play in 4 games and still keep your red shirt. He could play in every game the remainder of the way.
That is true.
If the coaches choose to do so. The problem is for Pop, the guys in front of him, they've not only been productive, but they've been healthy, knock on wood.
And they're young.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I know. I was talking to Rajay on the Players Lounge Monday, and I said, what was it like seeing the young guy get in? And then I had to remind myself that Rajay was a true freshman last year.
He is a young guy.
And that's what's so promising about these 2 guys.
Yeah, because we look at Rajay and Keaton as like, not necessarily maybe upperclassmen, but like veterans on this team at this point.
They're old heads at this point.
And they're freshmen.
Yeah.
So.
And that's
beautiful.
and think about this, the maturity that you have over a course of 4 years of playing in, if you have a consistent system to play in. I mean, imagine what those 2 guys. Could you imagine?
Oh wow, we're going this route here.
Could you imagine what these guys are going to? Yeah,
calm down.
Relax.
No, we have to talk about this. We've waited a long time for this.
Yeah.
But could you imagine what Rajay and Keaton will be like their senior years?
Yeah, Jim Brown and Walter Payton.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what they
is
are?
that asking for too much?
No, I don't think it's asking for it.
And you know what those
I'm not
2
asking for a lot.
Those 2 are what Eric Collins says, 2 beauties.
Glad you got that in, Chandler. I'm going to go back to
He's
bed.
He's been trying so hard to get all that in.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed this 4-hour journey. I'll admit,
somebody needs a nap.
I kind of struggled through it, so I gave my best effort.
What about
today.
a prediction?
Oh yeah, let's do our predictions. I'm going to say the Pirates win, man. I'm going to keep rolling with them. Let's go 33. In their last 33 home games, Memphis is 30-3. So today's final score is going to be 33-30 ECU.
I'm going to go slightly different, but close. I'm going to go 35-28 East Carolina.
Okay.
31-28. Let's go bowling.
LGB.
Let's go bowling.
Take a 3 hour and 24-minute timeout.
I'm on time that.
We should start predicting official game times. And we'll be back with you on the U.S. Cellular 5th quarter call-in show. Pirates, Tigers, it's a big one, folks. Can East Carolina get win number 6? One of these teams will. We'll talk about it after on the U.S. Cellular 5th quarter call-in show. We will see you then. Go Pirates.
You've been listening to the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, powered by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Stay tuned and join us after the game for a complete recap and your phone calls on the U.S. Cellular 5th quarter call-in show, right here on Pirate Radio.